national champion himself, Doug Schwab, former Olympian, current head coach for the UNI Panthers.
Hey, we got some good wrestling coming on tonight.
Hayden Schwab in the green ankle band. Singlet.
Yeah, that's an easy one to mix up.
These singlets are very similar.
We're underway, folks. We are underway. We are 10 seconds into the first period. Hayden Schwab versus Liam Adelfinger. Shot by Adelfinger. Schwab controlling with that lefty underhook.
Schwab's been extremely dominant throughout this tournament. Tech fall in the first period, or first matchup of the tournament.
He just looks positionally, technically sound. Not a lot of gaps in his offense. He's back to that lefty underhook. Really good control position. I imagine he's looking to drop in on that left side single. Yep, he's trying to duck that underhook into a single leg. Getting caught in the front headlock though.
I watched Adfinger in the semifinals. He's real tough from that front head position. Got a lot of leverage to him.
Adfinger, coached by Gabriel Bourne. He'll be right back on the mat after this with another wrestler, Mason Shirk. But right now, we're watching Schwab and Adfinger go at it.
Interesting about Adfinger. He was JV last year to Shirk.
There's a nice single leg. Schwab's working up to the tight waist. I'll tell you what though. Adfinger,
he needs to circle in. He might get called for stalling there if you don't back right out of bounds. But nice little toss there.
Nice. There's two. He fought off his back, didn't give up any back points, but that was a really nice throw by hip toss. Put him on his back. No back points though. So Schwab's up 2-0, 27 seconds left.
Schwab's a Fargo Greco champ last summer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have to go through all the details about Hayden Schwab's background, but he is one who comes from a strong wrestling family in the Schwabs. He caught two back points there. Nice little tilt. Going for it again, getting a little bit risky though. And now he's up 4-0 on Adfinger. Red's choice. Adfinger. Oh, that's interesting. Schwab took neutral. Would have thought maybe he'd check down. Looks like he's keep that momentum rolling.
Well, you know, you got a 4-0 lead, just being safe there. You know, there's a lot of length there to Adfinger. You never know.
I wouldn't be surprised if he starts. Oh.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh my goodness, Adfinger puts him on his back.
He's in trouble, folks. I think he got
a 2 count, so now we're tied. Schwab took a little bit of an errant shot, got caught on his knees in an over-under, and basically Liam Adfinger just kind of hipped him over straight to his back. Almost caught a full 5 count for 3 to give him the lead, but now we're tied and he's on top. And mind you, Schwab took neutral. So clearly there's something that we're missing here.
This is going to be very interesting. You know, Adfinger will have choice in the 3rd period. If he can get a good hard ride
and he is going at it. He's got a leg in now with a half and a wrist, and he is just tilting back and forth. You know, one thing though, both of these guys are young. One thing I'm seeing out of Adfinger is he's getting a little out of position on top. Like you're ahead 4-4 here. Man, keep him down and see, this is what I mean. He's getting a little wild here, but whoa.
Did a good job scooting around behind him here. 40 seconds, got that power half in.
Oh my goodness.
He's getting close he's getting a little high again though.
Yep. As a guy who is relatively long for his weight, I can see where he's able to get a little high and recover, but see, these are the things, like he just a little too much. So now it's 6-4, 20 seconds left in the 2nd period as they roll out of bounds. Schwab will come back on top.
Kind of gave Coach Ortner the nod there. He's like, I'm good, I'm all right. I think he's.
That's a good recovery after something that, I mean, that can derail, especially young wrestlers who are in a big match like this. That can derail them, and he's handling it with poise, looking for the ride out to finish the 2nd, under 10 seconds.
Adfinger will get choice in the third period.
He's going for his tilt again. He was thinking about it. If he had another 10 seconds, he might have made it a little stronger case for it. And we're going neutral, folks. Wow, all 3 periods neutral. There's a takedown battle here. Seen a takedown and a tilt by Schwab. And an over-under. All right, Schwab gets in on the high crotch. He's got him in a crackdown. No 2 yet, though. Adfinger doing a really good job of kind of just keeping himself in the battle here. And that length is definitely giving him the ability to do some things to Schwab that he otherwise may not.
Hayden Schwab hasn't been tested much all year long. You know, this is probably the closest match he's seen this season.
Adfinger was looking for that spladle action.
Still coming at him, hard club there, and
there's that lefty underhook, and this is where Schwab's been successful, but the last time he shot, he got caught on his knees straight to his back. I don't imagine with a 2-point lead he's gonna do that. Oh, there's the throw by again. There's the underhook throw by. Adfinger with the overhook, he's diving in. He's starting to realize, like, Schwab doesn't necessarily need to do a whole lot here. He doesn't have to make any mistakes. Oh, nice dunk action.
Run him over
again.
He's got back points.
Nope, no backs. Schwab fought off, but now we're tied. If Schwab gets away, 50 seconds, if he can get away or a reversal, he's back in the lead. What a match to start the night. Cradle locked up.
He's going for it. He's going for it.
He's got a tight cradle. I
Schwab's doing a good job here, basing out though. If he's just gonna run him over.
Looking.
There it is. It's count. Oh,
nothing yet. Nothing yet. There's backs. There's 2 backs. There's 2 backs. He's looking for the fall. Wow. Wow. What a match. 20 seconds left. We have 3 back points. Even if Schwab gets a reversal here, he's losing. He's got to get the tilt. If he can get the tilt, all he needs is a 2 count. All he needs is a 2 count.
Oh, my goodness. Biggest upset of the tournament, folks.
Wow. Talk about a match.
Liam Adfinger pulls off the biggest upset of the tournament, folks.
I just want to make note that
Liam Adfinger was inspired.
Liam Adfinger inspired by Corey
Stanley's upset of Doug Schwab in 1995.
How about that? How about that for a match? And I'll tell you what, Hayden Schwab, he's not happy, but he's handling it with poise. He is handling it with a lot of poise. He shook hands, he walked off the mat, and
this arena is stunned.
Hats off.
It is stunned.
Hats off to the Wilton crew on that match. I mean, all in all, that is a prime example of why you wrestle every second of every match, because the better wrestler is the guy who can capitalize on his opportunities.
Woo.
You know, technique, skill, tenacity, records, what you've done the rest of the tournament, what you do the first minute of the match, what you do the last minute of the match. It's what you do with the opportunities you have. Liam Adfinger right there, prime example.
What a way to start the Iowa High School State Championships. Nobody expected that other than,
mind you,
Wilton coaches and Liam Adfinger.
You know what's truly impressive about that? And hats off, again, to Hayden Schwab. He wrestled a great match. It shows how tight the tolerances are at the championship level. He made really essentially 2 mistakes. But what really won that match for Adfinger was not relaxing when he's tied on top with 50 seconds to go, not trying to ride out and get it to overtime. He went for it, he caught the cradle, he hammered it home, and he got himself the win.
How about Liam Adfinger being JV last year? JV wrestler, state champion this year.
And he's 33-4 this year. You know, he's done well, but not unscathed. He got pinned by Schwab
at the state duels
2 weeks ago in the state duels, made adjustments, and made the most of it.
My blood's pumping. I tell you what,
as a guy who wrestled first in almost every duel in my whole college, there's nothing better than lighting a spark for the whole event.
Oh my goodness.
He just lit a spark for not only his team, but for every wrestler in this whole event.
You know, we saw Max Magana get beat yesterday. You know, no one expected that. You know, we've seen 4-time state champions go down here, you know, more and more over the years, and it just goes to show that that's why you wrestle the match.
Robert Avila and
Adam Allard.
Patrick Downey, we watched that. Me and you watched that 2 years ago, and it was mind-blowing. It was wild. You know, it's what this is all about. Iowa Wrestling State Championships, and we're off.
And we have another Wilton wrestler coming out against another freshman phenom right now. We're going to see Gavin Landers from Denver. Pretty much the same resume that we just saw from Hayden Schwab. You know, these are freshmen that many consider to be almost unbeatable. And we got a big underdog with Mason Shirk coming out here from Wilton. But tell you what, I bet he believes after that for sure. You know, that's I witnessed his teammate do that. That's got to fire him up. In the green ankle band, you're going to see Mason Shirk.
You talk about a way to inspire your own teammate who's wrestling right after you. You go do what everyone else is wondering if it's possible or not. You go do it.
Gavin Landers in the red ankle band from Denver.
45-0. You talk about a lot of matches and a lot of winning.
Comes in as the 11th seed. I know that was a big head scratcher to a lot of people because, you know, I think...
Just for the record, for everyone out there that's all worried about seeds, they used to not seed this, and a lot of the best matches in the whole tournament happened in the quarters and semis.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it is what it is, you know? We're going to see good matches everywhere in the tournament, but it's imperfect.
Landers a good, you know, he never gets out of position. He does a good job controlling ties. He's got a really good outside carry.
Landers coming off of a summer where he placed 7th in the nation in freestyle and 4th place in Greco amongst 8th graders, 9th graders, and 10th graders. That is a solid campaign leading up to your freshman year of high school. And now he's 45-0. So far in this match, we're a minute in, and we have seen a lot of head-to-head tough wrestling. And Landers with a nasty carry. He kept that arm the whole time.
Mason Shirk.
He kept that arm the whole time on his knees. Shirk just got a little bit high, and he caught the carry. What a great carry.
Mason Shirk there with his dad, Ben Shirk, former 2-time state champion himself and All-American for the Hawkeyes. Gavin Landers, coached by Nate Score here from Denver. Quick 5-0 lead here. First period, 36 seconds to go.
Never say never. 5-0. We already know that the match is not over. We have 30 seconds left in the first period. And you can see Landers, he's working hard, but I tell you what, so is Shirk. I mean, he is not.
If you can get that leg out there,
man, that
he
is,
could maybe
that
get the
is quite
escape,
the whizzer. He's cranking on. Oh, he's looking for a little scramble action here on bottom. We got 10 seconds left. We got a little bit of a flurry. Landers trying to hang on, and he does. He rides out for the first period. He is in the lead 5-0 over Mason Shirk of Wilton. Leading again.
Gavin Landers trains with the Immortal Wrestling Club. You can see a lot of Immortal kids out here in Class 1A tonight in the finals this evening.
Yeah, they got a very strong group.
got some action going on in the 3A, Matt.
3-3 and a cradle going on. I mean, yeah, you talk about action in the second period. We're back at it here in 1A. Second period. Landers going down. Shirk with a tight waist and an ankle. Landers looking to a sit out, and he's out right away. That was clean. That was clean, Justin.
6-0 lead, Gavin Landers.
Landers, I mean, he looks just very comfortable with that three-point stance. He's staying low. Shirk really hasn't even sniffed his legs yet, and then they keep getting into this knee on knee. Here's the carry. Here's the carry.
He's so good with that.
Wow, and he pops his head out almost to his back. Now he's ahead 8-0, so we're already talking bonus point territory.
Gavin Landers, 45-0 on the season. Looking to remain undefeated.
I'm still in shock about how many matches these guys get in. 45.
Oh, I've seen some guys with 55 down here.
I don't think I got over 40 any year of all of my high school.
More dual tournaments nowadays, more.
Or you know what? Maybe I never got over 45. I might have got over 40 once or twice, but 45 that's a strong.
Gavin Landers did have a pretty tight match in the semis yesterday with Cooper Hines from Jessup. That was a couple-point match. But other than that, he's pretty much controlled everybody this whole tournament. 3-0, he beat Hines. Shirk's been pretty dominant throughout the tournament.
Shirk with a fall, a 6-1 decision, and 7-1 to make the finals over Dallas Canier.
This will be one of two Denver wrestlers we'll see this evening. We'll have Bowden White coming up at 144 pounds later on. So Denver looking to get 2 state champs this year.
Just a really controlling, dominant ride by Landers in the second period. We're gonna close it out with him ahead 8-0. What do you suppose? What's Shirk taking here? We're gonna think neutral?
I'm gonna guess top.
I'm gonna guess neutral. I think he's gonna go on his feet, see if he can make something happen.
I think he's gonna go top, try to slap a cradle on. That's what I'm gonna.
Well, he's got the length for it. There's no doubt about that.
Early in the season, Gavin Landers, he was wrestling an Anamosa kid, and he got caught in a cradle.
He's got blood all over his hand, too.
Undefeated on the season, but he did get put in danger, I know, one time this season early on. But
he's got some pretty good inspirations, Gavin Landers, Jordan Burroughs, and Spencer Lee. That's some solid pedigrees for inspiration. I see Mason Shirk over here, inspired by his dad. Always cool to see that. I know that was big for me growing up.
Officials Jim Torvik and Sean Creeman out there doing a good job. The officials have been great.
He's going after it on the feet. And he took neutral. I got you.
Yeah,
Just never know. Feet to back, man. 5-point moves. You got to make up some ground quick here.
Well, you saw the last Elbernet wrestler too. You know, he got 2 4-point moves right, from the feet.
This is where Shirk, he's got to figure out a way to stay off of his knees with Landers and keep out of this elbow tie. Landers is lethal in here. I wrestled a kid in college, Brandon Preeson, and he was a master. He caught your elbow. He would get underneath you in a front headlock style position. He would wait for you to make a mistake, and he would dump you to your back. And Landers he's look at right back down, and he's got the elbow. And now basically Shirk's got to clear this elbow before he can do anything. Because if he tries to circle behind, he's circling right into a carry. If you know what you're doing, it's a great tactic right there. And he's taking him to his back with back points.
12-0 now.
Tell you what, good on Shirk though. No quit in this guy. He's been carried 3 times, fought off his back every single time. Continues to fight. Impressive by Landers. Really he's controlled every facet of this match. He's ridden tough on top, he got away quick, and he's got big points from his feet.
The kid just never gets out of position.
20 seconds left. Looking more and more like Gavin Landers will be your state champion as a freshman out of Denver at 113 pounds. He's holding on to a leg here, finish out the match. Looking at that clock. He's getting his state title.
Gavin Landers.
Good
He'll
job.
Smile on him. He's, you know, he's a calm, cool.
You can tell there's some relief there. He put in the work. He stayed consistent and ended his freshman campaign undefeated.
He's a great kid.
That's never an easy thing to do.
Great family there, the Landers family out of Denver.
He does it 3 more times, and he's looking at being a
Please direct your attention to the award stand area at the north end of the arena. Presenting the Class A 1A awards, Coach Gabe Bourne. In 8th place, Ethan Humphrey of West Branch. 7th place, Lucas Oldenkamp, Lake Mills. 6th place, Crosby Yoder, Logan Magnolia. 5th place, Wesley Sadler, Lisbon. 4th place, Athlete DeWitt of Albernet. 3rd place, Aiden Bergman, Jessup. Runner-up, Hayden Schwab, Don Bosco. In your Class 1A, 106-pound champion from Wilton, Liam Adelfinger. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 106, Coach Vance Light. In 8th place, Quinn Ariano of Van Meter. 7th place, Charlie Bowman, North Polk. 6th place, Gavin Knudsen, Decorah. 5th place, Coy Mailer, Union, Port City. 4th place, Eastman Enyard, Ballard. 3rd place, Uriah Porter, Nevada. Runner-up, Cale McKay, Fairfield. And your Class 2A 106-pound champion from Mount Vernon, Clayton Pergo. Presenting the Class 3A 106-pound awards, Coach Jake Agnich. In 8th place, Elijah Hyatt, Dubuque Hempstead. 7th place, Avery Van Zelbren, Dallas Center Grimes. 6th place, Dylan Munson, Prairie, Cedar Rapids. 5th place, Carew Christensen, Waukee Northwest. 4th place, Braxton Hutchinson, Burlington. 3rd place, Jack Wolokite, Dowling Catholic. Runner-up, Weston Porter, Lewis Central. and your Class 3A 106-pound champion from Southeast Polk, Nico DeSalvo.
We're back at the Iowa High School State Championships. We're going to move on to 120 pounds. We've had crowned 2 state champions here this evening already on our Class 1A mat with Liam Adelfinger and Gavin Landers.
2 very impressive matches. Very impressive matches. One heavily lopsided, and the other one a absolute barn burner till the final seconds. How about Schwab never say a die? I mean, he was ripping for that tilt
yes, he was.
to end time, and honestly, Adelfinger,
his body was rocking like it was going to go.
If Adelfinger wasn't as tall as he was, he may have gone over. That length kind of helped him out there.
Please welcome to our championship matchups at 100.
Here come our finalists out for 120 pounds.
Carter Pearson, Southeast Polk.
Carter Pearson from Southeast Polk and Jake Knight in the 3A mat. That's going to be a good one there.
Class 1A.
Got the pleasure to have Jake Knight and Drew Ayala yesterday on my mat.
On our Class 1A mat, we will have a rematch. A rematch of last year's 113-pound state final, where Cale Morrow defeated Rowdy Neighbor by major decision.
Cale Morrow, very long wrestler. You're not going to find many 120-pounders with that much length to them.
I tell you what, these guys are not like small. By no means are they scrawny little 120-pounders. We're already up into these.
Rowdy Neighbor comes in as the #1 seed. Cale Morrow, the #3 seed.
These are some tough individuals.
Neighbor won by major decision over Tegan Slaybaugh in the semifinals. Morrow won by 8-4 decision over Aiden Beck from Baxter in the semis. Cale Morrow in the red and black singlet, red ankle band. Clayton Rush from El Burnett, the coach, just got Coach of the Year, had his 8 or 9 assistants out there, the Shalista family.
Just this year.
Just got it this year for 1A Coach of the Year. They're just doing a phenomenal job down there.
They have an incredible youth program. Their feeder program is top notch. Cale Morrow working the perimeter. Rowdy Neighbors kind of just hung in the center, and things haven't sparked off quite yet. Both kind of juking and jiving in and out. Morrow looking for that 2-on-1 wrist control. Neighbors got his chin trapped, kind of in a little bit of a stalemate here. I think if I had to guess, Neighbor, having been on the receiving end of a lopsided victory, is looking to keep this within range this year, where he's got some openings. Morrow now with an underhook. Right side underhook and a wrist. Interesting, both of these guys relatively lean and tall. Very, very similar body types.
Rowdy Neighbor 52-2 on the year. There's Morrow here. He's trying to finish this.
Yep. He's got him on a
takedown here. Neighbor doing a good job there.
Oh, look at Neighbor. This is some.
Scooting his
He's got
around.
his leg hooked in. If he can free his foot there, that left foot, and scoot on top, he can Oh, wow.
You know, I've seen a lot.
Time expired.
I've seen a lot. Oh, that was a timeout there, but
That was a good little position.
great scrambles here in the
And
last
I'll
couple
tell
days.
you what, this is so far, this is a far cry from, you know, the match score last year.
Kale Morrow, 39-2 on the season. Rowdy Neighbor, he's got a handful of more matches under his belt this season.
Kale Morrow
Burnett
is
wrestles a lot.
a three-time finalist now. Second, did not place, second, first, and back in the finals this year. He's gonna wrestle in college at Minnesota State Mankato, which is Division II.
Jim Mikowski up there does a good job.
Oh, nice switch action by Morrow. Still riding though. I tell you what, this Neighbor, it's like a tarantula right now in all these positions, and there is no. All right, smart. That's smart on Kale Morrow. He's got himself a 1-0 lead now.
Minute 15 to go. First point on the board for Kale Morrow.
Rowdy Neighbor, only a junior, coming off of 8th place 2 years ago, 2nd place tomorrow last year. He's 52-2 this season. Kale Morrow is 39-2. Morrow back in on a shot, peeking out through the middle. He's got Neighbor into that same position as first period to a stalemate. I tell you what, Neighbor, whatever game plan, strategy, technique style that they have him prepped for this match, he's doing a really good job. 30 seconds left in the match. Not quite as offensive as Morrow, but tactically, he's giving himself opportunities that if Morrow makes a mistake, he can capitalize. And
there's a shot by Morrow.
There's the stall call, and that's, I would call that very warranted. Morrow just, he's keep coming on these low shots and peeking through the middle, and then we have these switch actions, and I tell you what, this is scramble.
There's gonna be two.
That's two.
Yep, there's the two.
That's two to end the period. I'm telling you, Rowdy Neighbor is wrestling smart. He gave up a stall call. He got himself a takedown. That is a good trade-off. You were ahead 2-1, and now you're going down in the third period.
He's going down. He has choice.
This is a prime example of why Clayton Rush is currently the coach of the year, because he has developed his athletes into wrestlers that can close gaps and overcome them.
What's the match strategy here? You think he's going to try to turn him, or
he was looking at his coach and kind of deciding what to do. My guess is in about 20 seconds. Yep, in about 20 seconds, if nothing happens, his coach is going to say, let him go. But, he may have something on top. Yep, there he is. He made the call himself. Coach didn't have to do anything, and he's right in. Oh, he's looking for this. Oh, he lost his ankle. I tell you what.
What a reversal this could be from a year ago. Major decision a year ago, and now he's looking to, he's in well control of getting them, avenging that loss.
It's always
dramatic,
satisfying in wrestling to be the offensive guy and to be scoring the points. But this is why this sport is so great, because if you're smart, like, not to brag on Neighbor, but he didn't, whether he didn't want to take shots or he didn't have a chance, he didn't take many shots, but he capitalized on almost every one of these offense-defense scenarios. He almost scored in the first, he scored in the second, and now he's scored in the third. And he's ahead 5-1 with 35 seconds left. So it's not over till it's over, but Morrow's gonna have to get an escape or a reversal and back points. An escape, a takedown, and back. He's gonna have to score some big points. Right here, this scoot action. See, and this is where Neighbor, he has done a masterful job of using his hips and using not only his arms, but his legs in an offensive manner.
Neighbor has been warned for stalling, but I think he's, he'd be okay with giving up another stall call if he had to.
We're 10 seconds from Rowdy Neighbor overturning last year's major decision loss to Kale Morrow, and I mean he's not even smiling yet.
Yeah,
he's focused.
Business,
hey man, finish it out.
And there it is. We have a new 120-pound state champion. Rowdy Neighbor from Alburnett gives Coach Clayton Russ a big hug, the 1A Coach of the Year.
Congrats to Rowdy Neighbor. And Kale Morrow, it just kind of hit him, man. I tell you what, that's a perfect image of the agony of defeat and the joy of victory. Good match, both wrestlers. That's a hard one for Morrow to swallow. He was the guy shooting, and he lost out.
There's Jake Knight just went down on the 3A man.
1-0, tight match. We got some great wrestling tonight.
Jake Knight.
Big hats off to Rowdy Neighbor and Kale Morrow laying it out there. Obviously, major props to Clayton Rush, Coach of the Year, taking his wrestler from a 10-2 major decision loss 1 year ago at this tournament.
When he brought that staff out on the mat, I think I counted 9 or 10 of the coaches out there.
It takes a
Imagine,
village.
Think of that. How much one-on-one time those boys are getting with that many coaches in the room. You look at the top teams in the state, their staffs are big. They have a lot of guys working with a lot of kids, and huge advantage, I think, the more coaches you can get in that wrestling room.
There's absolutely no doubt that the higher coach to athlete ratio you can get, or I should say that, the closer coach athlete, the closer you can get to that one-on-one level, the better chance you have of success.
We're going to take a quick break for the awards here at 113 pounds. We'll be back in action here with Brock Morris from Cascade, and he's going to be taking on Jesse Lewis from West Sioux. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Presenting the awards, Class 1A at 113 pounds, Coach Nate Starr. 8th place, Tommy Booth, Pleasantville. 7th place, Nick Rossi, National Plainfield. 6th place, Gage Samo, Waco, Wayland. 5th place, Cooper Heights, Jessup. 4th place, Dallas Canoyer, Erland. 3rd place, Rob Sheehan, Mount Air. Runner-up, Mason Shirk, Wilton. In your Class 1A 113-pound champion from Denver, Gavin Landers.
Let's go, Jesse Lewis!
Presenting the Class 2A awards at 113 pounds, Coach Bart Bailey. 8th place, Lane Travis of Preston. 7th place, Chase Curry, Sergeant Bluff Newton. 6th place, Jason Stevens, Hampton Demont Cal. 5th place, Mitchell Spouse, Crestwood Cresco. 4th place, John Gonzalez, West Marshall. 3rd place, Carter West, Burlington, Notre Dame. Runner-up, Linden, Penzance, Webster City. In your Class 2A 113-pound champion from Union, Fort City, Braden Bonesack. Presenting the Class 3A 113-pound awards goes Jacob Brown. 8th place, Kendall Kurtz, Iowa City, City High. 7th place, Caleb Arroyo, Urbandale. 6th place, Ashton Grace, Ottumwa. 5th place, Isaac Wignall, Ankeny. 4th place, Cale Vandermark, Ankeny Centennial. 3rd place, Mac Crossan, Indianola. Runner-up, Alexander Pierce, Iowa City West. In your Class 3A 113-pound champion from Norwalk, Tyler Harper.
We're back in action at the Iowa High School State Wrestling Championships. Class 1A, 126 pounds. We're gonna have Brock Morris from Cascade High School. He is a junior, he's in the Green Ankle Band.
Jesse Lewis, West Sioux.
Jesse Lewis is a hammer. He's pinned everybody in this tournament so far.
Wrestling for Mark Van Ort. 21-22, finished his first 34-3 record. 22-23, finished his third with a 34-2 record. And he's 45-0 this year. He's clearly on a warpath.
Brock Morris took 4th in 2022, did not place last year. But this Jesse Lewis, he beat the #1 seed by fall in 57 seconds. He pinned Tate Kufal of Alburnett last night. Morris won by 4-3 decision over Caleb Sweden of Grettinger.
Here are the championship matchups at 126 pounds. Class 3A, Kovacs Christensen, Waukee Northwest. Timothy Kester of Bettendorf. Class 1A, Jesse Lewis, West Sioux Hayward. Brock Morris, Cascade. Class 2A, Chase Edelman, Union, LaPorte City. Carson Doolittle, Webster City.
Here we go. Officials Greg Becker and Kyle Fank on the call here.
Morris and Lewis have not wrestled this year. I think that's our first non-matchup.
Oh, nice go behind right there by Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis
6
doesn't look
seconds
like
into the
he's fixing to take much time with this. He's already working hard on top. He's got a tight waist, driving over that arm, and he cuts him.
Super aggressive. Nice, big, strong 126-pounder out there.
He's hitting a nice throw by. Nice. Nice throw by to a body lock. Just takes him right to his back. Morris bails out. We're cutting him already. This Lewis is he's fixing to get to work.
He likes that underhook. He's digging in deep there, and he's
nice split stance too. We've probably seen 3 wrestlers now in these 4 matchups using underhooks to control. Lewis looking for the drag, trying to kind of get him into that side headlock position. They go out of bounds, no takedown. It's 4-2 with 1 minute to go in the first period. Lewis right away onto that wrist tie. Morris at this point, Morris is just trying to slow things down a little bit, get himself back in this match.
There's that underhook again by Lewis.
Nice.
Beautiful.
No takedown yet. Morris has a nice little whizzer here. Hipping into him. He's got the hook on the far ankle from the inside. Lewis is looking to control this body lock, maybe take him to his back. Now he's got him out front. This is dangerous for Morris. Yeah, this is not where you want to be. And he gets the takedown.
Now 6-2, Lewis just going to work in this first period.
Morris, you know, he kept himself in the fight there, that last takedown. And if he could have kept out of that, it would have helped a lot. Still a lot of match left to go. 6-2 will end the first period. Lewis with a controlling ride here. Really, I mean, all Lewis so far.
Brock Morris inspired by Aiden Noonan and Eric Juergens. Aiden Noonan, you know, he's the wrestler who upset 4-time Adam Allard when he was going for his 4th state championship a few years ago from Cascade.
I had the pleasure of coaching Aiden Noonan when he was a youth, and one of the most hard-nosed kids. Nice shot by Morris, but he gets bumped to his hip. You got a little bit of offense-defense sprawl action. Lewis looking for the go-behind. Morris still on the leg. Just overpowering right now. It may come as little surprise to people watching, but Jesse Lewis is inspired by Austin DeSanto and Nick Suriano, and
wrestles a lot like DeSanto.
It shows. Just a tough, commanding ride by Lewis. Really hasn't gotten too close to any turns yet, though. Morris has done a good job on bottom. Yep, and the ref hits him. He is on his belly. Lewis cuts him. So now it's an 8-3 lead for Owen Lewis. And he's back in on another snatch single, dumps him right down.
Just gets to his finishes extremely quick. You know, just not getting in and hanging on. He's going right to work.
Yeah, no doubt, he's wrestling hard in there.
120 to the award stand area, please.
Doesn't get any better than this Iowa State Wrestling Championships. We started out with a bang tonight at 106, and we've had some great matches so far. We got some awesome matchups coming up here throughout the middleweights, and I'm excited for them.
Oh, I mean, nonstop action. 20 seconds left. Lewis starting to look for a ball and chain here. He's definitely thinking right out, potential turn action. Morris back to his knees. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. Lewis is just kind of controlled every stage of this match.
I mean, he's been probably one of the most dominant wrestlers in this tournament so far.
The biggest thing I think to emphasize about what's made him successful in this match is his ability to finish quick. Like he goes to a leg and there's no slowdown. There's no mull around in the offense defense. He's looking for see what he does on his feet here. He's looking for scores quickly. Ooh, that was close to locked hands. Morris doing a good job riding him though. He's working hard. He's got to return him to the mat. He's going to give up another. There's a stall call. So now that's officially a major for Lewis.
Might get called again if you don't bring him to the mat. There it is.
He called him again. Got some intense fans here.
(12-3), third period. Got him busted down here, flattened out.
Yeah, he's got 2 legs in. He's working hard on top. A little unexpected. I think, you know, the fact that Morris didn't just let him go kind of threw Lewis off his game plan a little bit. He was working hard, but eventually he went back down to the mat. Here he comes back up again. Now let's see what happens. This time Morris drops down.
He's gonna break that lock here. He can get around and get his reversal. Just gotta break those hands.
This is crazy. This is still a rule in high school, and it's a totally different rule in college. He lets go of it. He gets the reversal. Now it's a 14-3 lead so far. 30 seconds to go.
Switch by Morris. There's
Just a
Extremely
all around a professional,
impressive,
yeah,
very
just
impressive,
a professional looking performance out of Owen Lewis.
He doesn't have any freestyle or Greco accomplishments either. You know, it makes you wonder if he does any off-season wrestling because, boy, you know, when you're at this level, most of them do.
You know what else? We're a lot of these 1A kids, multi-sport athletes.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's, you know, has some other sports he's good in. That seems to be a common thing as well.
There's your
Great
state
job.
champion, Jesse Lewis from West Sioux, coached by Mark Van Oort.
And we are through 126 pounds, folks. West Sioux has another state champ.
Jumping into coach's arms. That's always one of my favorite things that when I watch that. The excitement, the relief. You know, it's, see sometimes kids just break down crying. They're so happy, and it's pretty awesome to witness that.
It's pretty neat, no doubt. We got some good matches to our flanks here.
£126 3A championship is underway, or
Just
finished
one.
there, and it's
Bettendorf.
Coaster, I think that is, right?
Yeah.
Timothy Coaster.
And Koufax Christensen, he, I believe he won it last year. He has won it, I know for sure. And Hedeman over here on the 2A mat, looking for a ride out to win, I believe, his third state title.
Yes, and he's just a junior, so he could
he's
be a
got
potential
shot
four-timer.
for 4 here. Had the pleasure of coaching him a little bit when he was a youth. Come a long way. He was good then, but
Coached by Bart Maylert.
he has absolutely jumped levels.
Oh, there it is. They gave a 1-point escape.
Oh, snap. They're going to OT. Buzzer beater to go to OT. All right.
Who's the opponent there? Is that Webster City?
Yeah, I believe he beat, I believe that's maybe the kid who beat Jay Jaspers last year. There's some action happening. No takedowns yet. Wow, talk about a scrap.
That is Doolittle.
Doolittle just won. Just took down a potential 4-timer.
Upsets all around tonight. Holy
There are some
buckets.
wild upsets tonight.
Carson
Doolittle won it last year. He beat Jay Jaspers, am I right?
I don't got that information in front of me. It's in the book here.
It sits in the book, he says. Folks, we have some incredible matches. This is a good one so far. Upsets all around. Take a quick break for the 120-pound awards. We will be back shortly for the 132-pound 1A state finals.
Presenting the Class 20 awards at 120 pounds, in 8th place, Sam Egan, Sumner Fredericksburg. 7th place, Luke Guzman, Highland Riverside. 6th place, Dawson Jacobson, Central Springs. 5th place, Aiden Beck, Baxter. 4th place, Eli Becerra, Missouri Valley. 3rd place, Keegan Slabaugh, ACGC. Runner-up, Cale Morrow, Akron Westfield. And your Class 1A 120-pound champion from Albernet, Rowdy Neighbor. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 120 pounds, Coach Dimitri Boyer. In 8th place, Owen Mayo, Humboldt. 7th place, Caden Jones, Union, LaPorte City. Sixth place, Braden Murray, West Delaware, Manchester. Fifth place, Carter Strauss, Crestwood, Fresco. Fourth place, Christian Ahrens, Preston. Third place, Emmett Newton, Davis County. Runner-up, Ryan Bonson, West Land. And your Class 2A 120-pound champion from Eddyville, Lykesburg, Fremont, Gage Spurgeon. Presenting the Class 3A 120-pound awards, assistant coach Taylor Bowie. Eighth place, Mitchell Pins, Dubuque Hempstead. Seventh place, Cale Nash.
We're back at the Iowa High School State Wrestling Championships, Wells Fargo Arena. I'm Justin Decker. This is Matt McDonough.
Fifth place,
We got an interesting one coming up here, Justin. We have a freshman versus a senior.
I'm excited for this one. You know, everybody knows Dawson Youngblood name. He's probably one of the, I don't know, most highly touted freshmen that's come into the state in a long time. You know, he's got kind of the same pedigree that Schwab and Landers and some of these other kids have had, but you know, Youngblood maybe even take it a step further. You know, this kid never loses hardly. You know, he hardly ever loses.
Well, and certainly in his youth at all of the age level events where it was him versus kids maybe 1 year above or below his age, very, very dominant.
Yeah, I think he won. I think he won AAU every year.
And you know, as a freshman, I believe he came in and was the round of 12 at Super 32, which if you know anything about Super 32, that is a very tough tournament. And he is not at a predominantly young kid weight. I wrestled 130 pounds as a senior in high school. This is man weight here. You're most likely wrestling an upperclassman if you want to win a state title.
Tanner Argis, his opponent in the red ankle band from North Butler, he's no slouch. He took second here a year ago to Gable Porter from Underwood. And I tell you what, he is rolling through this tournament. He has 2 technical falls and a fall.
Yeah, he's
very tough on top. He's got some nasty tilts. And,
Dawson Youngblood with a pin, and a 3-1 decision over none other than Brody Brisker. How many Briskers are there? Unlimited?
Yeah,
it
seems like they just, between them and the Bournes. And
I mean, do you remember Trey Brisker? How
Kevin
long
Brisker,
ago?
I think maybe is he the dad? I mean, there's just a lot of
Trey Brisker, how long ago he won a state title?
Right. But you know, Youngblood, I think a lot of people thought he would just storm through this tournament. He had a tough time with Brisker. Brisker gave him all he wanted. I mean, I would say it was pretty much an even match other than about 10 to 15 seconds of that match that Youngblood winning a scramble there, but
I just want to note, whether it was by accident or on purpose, Tanner Argis wrote first place finish for 23-24 state championships.
You see that.
You gotta love a little bit of foreshadowing, whether it was just by coincidence or he's trying to manifest his destiny here. Dawson Youngblood already down underneath for a shot, but now he's got an elbow. Very similar to that Gavin Landers, just different that he wasn't working for the carry. He was smart. One thing I've always noticed about Dawson Youngblood wrestling is he is a very smart wrestler. Very smart.
He has one of the best stances. I always notice how he just never gets out of his
fundamentally
stance.
sound, knows, you know, when to advance, when to look, you know, for a stalemate or a break in action if there's not something materializing, and very good hand fighter.
Youngblood, coached by Chris Ortner. You got Gable Fox over here in the corner as well. He was a state champion, wrestled at UNI. Dad, Ray Fox, up first state champion ever from
Youngblood has got this wrist, and he has not given it back. This is twice now he's been caught underneath Argis. And, you know, this is kind of the, I would call it that's kind of right now the senior versus freshman vibe is that Youngblood's, he's keeping things reasonable to where he has opportunity, and you can sense that Argis, he kind of wants to run this scoreboard up if he could. Youngblood, just all around, smart wrestling.
Argis, a 4-time state placer, second a year ago, 5th as a sophomore, 5th as a freshman, 46-0 on the season.
There goes Argis going for a go behind. He's too deep with his arm though. He's got to be careful not to get carried.
Yeah, you talked about that earlier with Landers.
That happened big time. Oh man, what a slick go behind by Youngblood. Wow.
And that's a big one right at the end of regulation like that.
And right into a tough ride. Oh, and a roll. Time expires. That's big. That's big. That's a 2-point advantage.
North Butler's coach, Adam Holm. He's got 2 finalists as well. We'll see McCade Bloker later on.
Second period underway. We're going neutral.
Youngblood chose neutral, correct?
I don't know.
I think Youngblood chose neutral. I missed that, but Argis.
I'll tell you what, Argis has had his opportunities, and that's where Youngblood did a masterful job of not giving up any of these go-behinds, and when he had an opportunity, he seized it right away.
Trying to get that head in the hole, but Youngblood doing a great job controlling that elbow.
I don't know if it's, I guess you got to call it the Immortal Kids. They've done a great job with elbow control in these 2 matches that we've watched tonight between Gavin Landers and Youngblood. Whether that's just how they both wrestle or something that they're learning, they're doing a good job. And I mean, Landers was masterful with it. Oh, nice shot.
Straight on double from Argis. Youngblood working the underhook there, but Argis kind of has head position on him.
Yeah, if Argis really wants to, I mean, if he wants to expand his scoring opportunities, he's got to keep his elbows free.
Tanner Argis, a good football player as well this fall. He's a couple sport athlete. He's all over the field on the North Butler football team. 40 seconds to go. Argis and Youngblood.
They're scrapping.
2-0 advantage for Dawson Youngblood, the freshman, over the senior. Kind of a low shot there, not really.
Youngblood's continuing to be smart. Really hasn't put himself out there in too high a risk.
Good snap
other than being caught underneath. But again, if Argis wants to score, he has got to learn how to free his elbows in these positions. Or, I mean, he's not going to be able to get a go behind. Considerably taller is Tanner Argis. Definitely the length advantage. Closing out the first period here, 5 seconds. Looks like we're gonna end on our feet.
Actually,
Argis
chose neutral the first time. That's interesting.
He's gonna have to get to work here on top. I don't imagine that Youngblood gets ridden.
Great job moving his hips there.
Solid.
Just kept moving. 4-0, Youngblood.
Oh, he's got this bar.
Dawson Youngblood, 37-1 on the season. His only loss was at the Donnybrook to, I believe, the number 2 ranked wrestler in the country. I think that was an 11-5 decision, which this kid was an upperclassman and just, like I said, very highly ranked in the country.
A little bit of rolling around here by Argis. It's kind of, I mean, it's kind of probably what he wants at this point. You're down 4-0. You start, getting some rolls, some flurries going, and maybe look to catch Youngblood on his back. Looking for that switch action again. Youngblood doing a good job. He's got an ankle and a butt cheek. He puts him to his belly.
He's doing a good job controlling the hips. Just, you know, just outstanding in all three positions, Youngblood.
Oh, there's no chance. There's no doubt that Dawson Youngblood is above his age level in wrestling IQ and just positional awareness. You can tell that his processing speed in wrestling, he can see things that are coming.
A switch here,
Little bit of a chance here for Argis to catch a reversal. Youngblood doing a good job, and he gives it up. That's smart when you're ahead by 4. He can give this up, and frankly, he can lay there and not do much. The challenge here is that we've already seen this. They didn't give anything. Youngblood wins it.
State champion for Dawson Youngblood.
And he
freshman.
we haven't seen that yet. He gives him the double rainbows.
Tanner Argis, your runner-up from North Butler, the senior. Put up a heck of a battle, though. Didn't stop fighting until the end.
Oh, man.
Dawson Youngblood ends the season 38-1.
Very solid wrestling. Very solid wrestling by Dawson Youngblood. I tell you what, though, if it's really anybody out there other than Dawson Youngblood, I mean, Tanner Argis is heavy favorite in those scenarios.
On the two-way mat, we got a state champion. Looks like Cade Bloom from Roland Story. I'm not sure who won the 3A mat, but
Cale Seaton won his second.
Cale Seaton, he was impressive yesterday in the semis. I had never watched that kid wrestle before. I was extremely impressed with him. We're gonna move on to 138 pounds with Teague Smith from West Hancock, wrestling Blake Allen from Underwood. Teague Smith was a finalist a year ago. Blake Allen was a state champion a year ago.
Never wrestled before. This will be a good one.
We're going to take a couple-minute break for the 126-pound awards, and we will be back in a couple minutes.
Fourth place, Owen Edelfinger, Wilton. Third place, Colton Munson, Ogden. Runner-up, Brock Morris, Cascade. Senior Class 1A, 126-pound champion from West Sioux Hayward, Jesse Lewis. Presenting Class 2A awards at 126, Coach Drake Doolittle. 8th place, Tice Clarkin, Humboldt. 7th place, Aiden Smith, Atlantic. 6th place, Amari Chavez, South Tama County. 5th place, Ethan Scopin, Sergeant Bluff Newton. 4th place, CJ Davis, Burlington Notre Dame. 3rd place, Landon Davis, Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont. Runner-up, Chase Wiedemann, Union, LaPorte City. In your Class 2A, 126-pound champion from Webster City, Carson Doolittle. Presenting the Class 3A awards at 126, Coach Dan Knight. In 8th place, Nate Fish of Linmar. 7th place, Carter Siebel of Pleasant Valley. 6th place, Evan Bratton, Dubuque Hempstead. 5th place, Maximus Riggins, Southeast Polk. Fourth place, Truman Volkers, Ankeny. Third place, Riker Graf, Waverly Shellrock. Runner-up, Colfax Christensen, Waukee Northwest. And your Class 3A 126-pound champion from Bettendorf, Timothy Kester.
Well, from Jessup, 8-1 winner over Steve Brandenburg of Lake Mills, and a fall over another Brisker, Gabriel Brisker.
I don't know how many there are.
5 minutes and 4 seconds. Teague Smith,
There's a lot.
4-1 winner over Ethan Christopher of Don Bosco. That was a good match. Major decision over Cook from Pleasantville. And a fall over Aiden Tim from Belle Plaine. Teague Smith in the red singlet, red ankle band. Blake Allen from Underwood in the green ankle band.
Teague Smith, coached by Mark Sanger. 13-year head coach.
Underwood's coach, John Williams. First-year coach. 10-5 dual meet the record this year. He'll have a state finalist later on as well when we see Maddox Nelson from Underwood. I think that's 165 pounds.
It's like Teague will have either a brother or relative at 157.
Yep, Kellen, his brother. Both football players on their state championship football team this year.
Wow, impressive. Both in the finals here. Both state champs in football. That's awesome.
His brother going to wrestle at West Point in Army next year, and he'll have Kyler Kanak. That's probably one of the most anticipated matchups of the evening at 157 pounds. That'll be a rematch.
So far, no score a minute in. Teague Smith had a shot attempt. No conversion. They're back on their feet here.
These Smiths are extremely explosive. Super quick kids. Blake Allen, though, he's stingy. He don't give up too many points.
Well, we have another senior versus underclassman situation here.
He's working the 2-on-1 right now.
Oh, nice drag action. Good job clearing by Teague Smith. Looking for that throw by.
First period scoreless.
This is, we've had another scoreless first period, but certainly the least action-packed. And no knock on these guys, but you can tell they're both being relatively tactical. No mistakes here.
Teague Smith starting on top, second period, 0-0. Stand up there by Allen. Allen beat Colin Holm from Southwind in the state finals a year ago. I believe that was an overtime match. Double leg attempt from Smith. Got that elbow buried. We've seen this position a lot tonight with that elbow buried in there.
I'll tell you what.
I just don't see the offensive wrestler trying to get out of that enough, though. You know, they're not bouncing and moving.
Any athletes listening to this, keep short elbows when you're in on front headlocks. When you are in an offense, defense, shot, or front headlock position, don't let people have your elbows.
Every time I think of this position, I think of Mark Ironside and how he used to get out of that front headlock position. You don't see that a lot.
I don't know if you had the pleasure of it, but I had the pleasure of feeling it, and it wasn't fun.
I believe one time I wrestled him, and it didn't go well.
I wrestled him many a times in a practice room. It didn't go well. And these guys, the elbow control, that's kind of the theme of the night, elbow control and underhooks. And there's Chase Allen with a nice underhook, driving Smith backwards. Nice double. Can he keep him in, though? Smith did a great job there and getting strong with his hips, peeling off that wrist, getting himself a restart. This is good wrestling. These guys aren't, there's no let-ups here.
There's a single leg attempt from Smith. Once again, back in that front head. Smith with the elbow.
You know,
30 seconds to go, 1-0. Lead by
these guys
Allen.
are getting baited into these underhooks from their knees, and you're giving someone free elbow control, and you just if you want to capitalize on go behind attempts, you got to keep your arms free. Closing out the second, 10 seconds to go here. 1-0 for Blake Allen.
Smith will have choice. He's going to go down, try to knot this match up with a escape, but Allen's just going to let him go right away. We're going neutral.
Allen says, let's settle this on our feet. Got to appreciate it. Give yourself more time to get the win. You get the takedown. It's not over, but man, you get your lead then right away. Confidence on his feet, Blake Allen. 21-0 this year. Teague Smith 51-2, so a little bit of a difference here in match count. Swing and a miss out at Blake Allen, takes a shot, gets caught in the front head. Now we're in the same situation with Teague Smith. He's got his elbow caught. Allen's working out of it, looking for that same slide by drag. He's driving him out.
I've seen a lot of high school kids working that slide by drag all week with that 2-on-1.
Some veteran tactics here. Blake Allen's pushed him out a couple times. If he continues to backpedal Teague Smith, he'll probably draw a stall call, and that can come into play if this match goes to overtime. Minute to go, third period. Both men still look strong, holding center of mat. But there he goes. See, Blake Allen driving him back. There's that elbow. Beware of the duck action from Smith here. If he comes up too high, Allen comes up too high, there might be a duck coming. Oh, nice shot. Looking for that drag again.
It was close.
Nothing yet. And see, look, there's the stall call.
Definitely warranted as well, I think. You know, he's been the aggressor.
You know, and there's still a lot of time left for this match to decide itself on its own, but match strategy-wise, you're in a tight match like this, give yourself every advantage you can.
Headlock.
Big headlock, no takedown yet. Oh, and there's two.
You know, I don't think Smith needed to do that right there.
I can tell you from experience, sometimes you just get excited and you go for it. The thing that Smith forgot was when you're in the third period in a tie match, that is not the time to just see if it's going to be there.
Right. I mean,
you can give that up in the first and work your way out of it, but he put himself in a 2-point deficit now. Even if he gets his escape, he's behind. And Blake Allen doesn't have a stall call.
He can drop, he can hang on this single leg the remaining time here.
Yeah,
And Blake Allen hanging on for the victory. He's gonna be your 138-pound state champion, a 2-time state champion. Big smile to his coach, John Williams.
Blake Allen, uncommitted.
Teague Smith, 2-time
Uncommitted
runner-up.
senior. He's gonna
Weddings and funerals, you know, it's, you know, this is what I call wrestling sometimes.
wow.
The highest of highs and the lowest of lows right there, and you can see it on both their faces. And I think Smith's probably
Solid match by both men.
Smith's probably thinking, you know, that was dumb. You know, that was just a mistake there by trying that headlock. You know, hindsight's 20/20 though too. He hits that headlock, he gets it, and then
Talk about some wild stuff. We had a 4-timer go down yesterday, and there's a 4-timer in overtime, or a 3-timer going for his 4th in overtime.
Carter Freeman
on the 3A mat.
Is that Davidson from Fort Dodge, I believe he's maybe wrestling?
Whoever it is, he is putting up a dogfight.
Like we talked earlier, you know, you saw Avila a few years ago, Allard.
They're still going. Wow, that is some quick. Oh my goodness, these two. Oh, they got some over/under action going. I tell you what, Davidson's going for it. Nothing yet.
Goodness.
Nothing yet. Wow. What is happening
He's gonna get
in the well this weekend?
He's going to get the fall as well, I think.
What is happening in the well? Talk about some wild wrestling. You know what, though? As a fan, you can't beat it.
That is just
you can't beat it.
That's one of the craziest endings I've ever seen.
As a wrestler, as a coach, those things pain you. You want to see the people finish out their legacy. But as a fan, who doesn't love a little bit of chaos?
Oh, wow.
I mean, it keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time. Hey, congrats to Blake Allen. Wrestled a very strong match. We will more than likely see more of Teague Smith in the next 2 years to come. He is now a 2-time finalist. Blake Allen, a 2-time champ, and that rounds out our wrestling through 138 pounds.
We're going to move on to 144 pounds in a couple minutes here. We're going to have Bowden White versus Corbin Rice from Logan Magnolia. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back after awards.
Please direct your attention to the award stand area. Presenting the awards at 132 pounds in Class 1A, Coach Chris Ortner. 8th place, Landon Price, Lake Mills. 7th place, Cooper Franklin, Alberta. 6th place, Carson Thompson, Underwood. 5th place, Ryan Groom, North Mahaska. 4th place, Jaden Friedrichs, Akron Westfield. 3rd place, Brody Brisker, Wilton. Runner-up, Tanner Arches, North Butler, Clarksville. And your Class 1A 132-pound champion from Don Bosco, Dawson Youngblood. Presenting the Class 2A awards of 132 pounds, Coach Heston Johnson. 8th place, Logan McDonald, Grinnell. 7th place, Steele Dirks, Assumption Davenport. 6th place, Caden Parker, Oskaloosa. 5th place, Mason Avila, Decorah. 4th place, Aaron Boone, Washington. 3rd place, Matt Beam, Glenwood. Runner-up, Caden Dietzenbach, Burlington, Notre Dame. And your 132-pound champion from Roland Story, Kate Bloom. Presenting the Class 3A awards of 132 pounds, Coach Corey Conlon. 8th place, Perez of Ankeny. 7th place, Tyler Lee, Prairie, Cedar Rapids. 6th place, John King, Joaquin Northwest. 5th place, Connor Beiser, Bondurant Farrar. 4th place, Justice Jessaroga, Southeast Polk. 3rd place, Ryan Ryder, Corlett. Runner-up, Jace Luna, Bettendorf. And your Class 3A, 132-pound champion from Iowa City High, Hale Seaton. Here are the championship matchups at 144 pounds. Class 3A, Kane Noctaborn, Linmar. Jakari Clark, Valley, West Des Moines. Class 1A, Corbin Rice, Logan Magnolia. Both White, Denver. Class 2A, Anders Kittleson, Osage. Royce Butt, Central DeWitt.
We're back here in action at the Iowa State Wrestling Championships. We're at 144 pounds. We have Bowden White in the red ankle band from Denver. He's going to be taking on Corbin Rice from Logan Magnolia, and right off the whistle, Rice in on the shot.
Did not take much time. He's in on a deep shot, but
this is where White's good though. He's really good at at cutting the corner on these shots.
Bowden White instantly on a corner. Nothing yet, but they're still rolling around. Nothing yet. There's the 2. Solid workmanlike.
He's looking for near fall there. Had a 1 count there, but White in good position to get out. Good job. Bowden White, coached by Nate Score. We saw Gavin Landers win a title at 113 pounds earlier. Corbin Rice, coached by Dan Thompson. Corbin Rice, 46-0 on the season. 3rd place the last 2 seasons. Bowden White, just a qualifier last year, but this kid has done a lot of off-season wrestling, and he has made huge strides since last season.
Yeah, Rice is looking to finally stamp the end of the season with a win. Get that state title.
Bowden White is extremely sticky on top. You get him on top, and he's dangerous. So
well, Bowden White, qualifier last year, lost in the blood round. Finals this year.
Good snap down by White.
And he's wrestling.
And on that front head, got the elbow buried again. 2-1, Corbin Rice.
20 seconds left in the first.
Rice just a junior, White just a sophomore.
Oh, nice little drop down single, but they're out of bounds. It's a tough finishing spot.
Bowden White was a Greco state champion. His idol is Parker Kakaisen from UNI, #1 ranked 184 pounder, I believe, for the Panthers.
Man, talk about some wrestling pedigree in this Rice family. Brother Wyatt, 3-time state champ, as you know, placed 5th as well. And then Breyer, 4-time state runner-up.
An interesting fact about his brother, Breyer. His brother was a 4-time runner-up, and the 3 of the kids who beat Breyer in the finals, one was Adam Allard, one was Max Magana, and one was Avila, all 3 who lost their 4th title their senior year. I just heard that stat yesterday.
That's quite the stat. They had bad juju for beating Breyer.
Right.
2-1 here, 1:40 to go in the second. Rice looking for the escape. Nothing yet.
This is where
Bowden's not, I mean, he's not, oh man, he's got a half. He's got it nice too. I tell you what though, Rice has clearly got, they're out of bounds. Yeah, Rice is flexible.
This is where, I'm telling you what, Bowden White is a hammer on top. And,
he's getting to some advantageous positions, and he kind of looks like he's trying to rip somebody's head off when he gets there.
A little surprised that he chose to go underneath White. But Rice with the lead, 2-1. White switching off to a double. Nice mat return there.
Just a tough ride. Minute to go now. Rice is kind of hanging on to his fingers.
Gets to his feet. Once again, he comes out front.
He's looking for the switch action. We've seen this earlier tonight. If he can boot scoot and get that ankle hooked, he might be able to get himself on top. He's looking for it. There's plenty of time here, 30 seconds to go.
They're going to end up calling this a stalemate.
Bowden looking for the stalemate. He's hanging on tight to that leg, but yeah. We have a stalemate. 17 seconds left. Rice down again. A ride out here, and I mean, this is a match, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Bowden White goes down, gets an escape, and we're tied. So right out here is big. If he can managed to do what you said. He's tough on top. If he can finish this out right, oh boy.
Almost turned himself
And
right
he got
into
him
a cradle.
flat. This is where you catch a wrist and you keep him on his belly. Yeah, Rice is gonna opt to punt it to the next period.
Bowden White going down. Rice looking at his coaches, kind of determining what kind of strategy, if he's going to ride him out or just cut him right away.
Well,
but I think you got to try to ride him out if you got any type of skills from that position to do it. It's probably a better.
You gotta ride at least for a few seconds. I mean, you just don't know. Maybe you get a quick turn, and now you have a lot more breathing room. What you don't want to do is get caught in a position where you're hanging on for dear life for the win on top and you give up a reversal. Being smart on top here is essential in a finals match like this.
Rice, there's a little Granby roll, and
oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy,
that was a quick call. He got it though. That was a quick call, and see, that's why you take the time to ride on top.
Yeah, I didn't think the ref was in position to call it.
Usually I'm all for back points, but it seemed to be a little quick. But you know what? If I was Bowden White, I wouldn't be rolling around on bottom when you're down by a point in the state finals.
I see a lot of guys do that.
Yeah.
I see a lot of guys hitting those Granbys when, you know, sometimes they're not there.
I've done it to myself, and I don't know if I've given up back points, but it certainly makes you hold your breath for a second, knowing you got to fight off your back.
And ultimately, that might, you know, it's going to be hard to get 3 points back on this Rice. He's hard to score on. Escaping a takedown could tie it up. You know, lots of time yet here. Rice doing a good job keeping the weight on his hands. Minute 6 to go, third period. Corbin Rice trying to.
You know, we really haven't seen quite this much mat wrestling yet tonight. I mean, these guys have spent all of 2 periods now on the mat with not a lot of prospects.
Actually, kind of surprised there hasn't been a stall call on Rice here. He's kind of doing a little bit of hanging on.
Looks like Kittleson of Osage will win his first title. I believe a 2-time state finalist.
There's a roll again from.
Yeah, I don't know what, I mean, at this point you kind of got to let it fly, but.
There it is again. And he's got the escape, and Rice can just kind of stay away from him here for 13 seconds and just circle is what I would probably be telling him to do.
You're Rice. Do not coast these last 10 seconds, right? Stay in there, hand fight, circle. Hand fight, hand fight, circle. Hand fight, circle. You know, lock him down. Good job. It's a good job for Corbin Rice. Third, first. He is an 11th grader. He will be back again next year for more. Good job, both guys.
Those Rice brothers have won a lot of matches for Logan Magnolia the last 10 years. Corbin Rice, he'll be back next year as a senior.
Fellow Linn-Mar Lion over on the 3A mat, closing out his senior year with what appears to be
his first state championship.
His first state championship, finalist last year.
Been in some tough brackets over the years.
Caught a takedown ahead 9-2 to finish.
Little post
doing some
post celebration that probably a little uncalled for there for Kane Nocturne.
I was eye peeking that mat. There were a lot of out of bounds
pushing
calls
or something. Okay.
No, just
gave him the
lot of out of bounds.
Bruce in it. Get one, Bruce.
We're gonna take a quick break here. We're gonna pass out the awards here at 100.
Attention to the award stand area for the presentation of awards. Presenting the Class 1A awards at 138 pounds, Coach John Williams. In 8th place, Caleb Cook, Pleasantville. 7th place, Steve Brandenburg, Lake Mills. 6th place, Dawson Bell, Jessup. 5th place, Gabriel Brisker, Wilton. 4th place, Preston Klosterman, Albernet. 3rd place, Ethan Christopher, Don Bosco. Runner-up, Teague Smith, West Hancock Grid. And your Class 1A 138-pound champion from Underwood, Blake Allen. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 138 pounds, Coach Brett Jennings. 8th place, Barrett Morgan, Algona. 7th place, Caden Kramer, Independence. 6th place, Reagan Hashi, Central Lyon, George Little Rock. 5th place, Jordan Schmidt, Solon. 4th place, Shane Hanford, West Marshall. 3rd place, Caden Wild, Assumption, Davenport. Runner-up, Jason Jaspers, Mount Vernon. And your Class 2A 138-pound champion from Osage, Blake Fox. Presenting the Class 3A 138-pound awards, Assistant Coach Tanner Utley. 8th place, Zane Behrens, Gregory Shellrock. 7th place, Nolan Howell, Clear Creek, Amana. 6th place, Will Overbreckley, Southeast Polk. 5th place, Cale Kurtz, Iowa City, City High. 4th place, Jabari Henson, Ames. 3rd place, Cody Trevino, Bettendorf. Freeman, Joaquin Northwest. In your Class 3A, 138-pound champion from Fort Dodge, Coy Davidson. Here are the championship matchups at 150 pounds. Class 3A, Boss Diaz, Waverly Shelda, Logan Trenery, Southeast Polk. Class 1A, Keaton Moeller, Starmont, Danny Kinsella, Trainer. Class 2A, Lucas Crawl, Garner Hayfield, Ventura, Caleb Olson, Union, LaPorte City.
Let's roll. 150-pound 1A state championships. Danny Kinsella of Trainer High School taking on Keaton Moeller of Starmont.
Moeller, just a sophomore. He's in the green ankle band. He's coached by Jake Munger.
Danny Kinsella, qualifier last year to finalist this year. He is a senior. We're finally getting to those weights where these guys got some serious horsepower. Those clubs got a little bit behind them.
Yeah, Keaton Moeller is super strong kid, and just solid fundamentally.
Hey, look at that though. They're back to that underhook action. Danny Kinsella.
Moeller's a Greco All-American last summer in Fargo. Kinsella down on the single leg.
Nice drop down to a single by Kinsella.
Moeller doing a great job,
you know,
fending him off here.
He's a Greco guy, like you said, and so he's not giving up that hand fight too easily. He's hanging in there.
Good stalemate. Kinsella's got a good single. I saw that yesterday in the semifinal, but Moeller, he's got some blood. Kinsella's got some blood going on right now on his forehead. And
take a little break from action for blood time.
Keaton Moeller, you know, he's real fundamental, not flashy at all, but just strong on top, strong on bottom. And just when he hits things, it's crisp. It's, you know, gets to his finishes quick. His coach, Jake Munger, was a good wrestler back in the day. Several-time state placer.
Danny Kinsella, coached by Cody Gingery. First year. Head coach of Trainer High School.
Keaton Moeller is 81-4 in his high school career right now. Some of his losses, you know, I think he lost to Caden Kanak a year ago in the quarterfinals, I believe, in a great match, and then come back and got third place. Multi-sport athlete, Moeller, he's a good football player.
These guys are still banging it out. A minute to go in the first. Moeller really working this hand fight. I mean, you could tell he's got Greco experience. He's working the 2-on-1. got a very, very strong Russian tie, looking for throw-bys into shots. Kinsella, though, with the only true leg attack, got it on a deep single, could not convert. Moeller did a great job fighting off, and he's really... Tell you what, these guys are doing a great job flurrying back and forth.
Another immortal trained athlete here from Keaton Moeller, and it's Kinsella in on a front headlock right now. See if he can get the angle. Just keep it like
short
said,
time left.
Keeping that elbow high.
Look at Moeller, though. I mean, he is literally taking away Kinsella's left arm.
I got a feeling this is going to be a lot of blood time because
these guys are banging, man. These guys are banging. Keaton Moeller comes in as the #1 seed, 45-1 as a sophomore, has a tech fall, a major, a 10-3 decision to make the finals. Kinsella as the 2 seed with a fall, a 3-1 decision, and a 7-0 decision in the semifinal to make the finals tonight.
That tape fell off Kinsella's nose, but you can see there's blood there, but they haven't given it any attention there. So
Moeller starts the period down.
Switch there by...
We'll see what happens here. We had a lot of action.
Good job by Keaton Moeller there, just getting his hips moving there, getting to his feet and getting good hand control. Back to that 2-on-1.
Yeah, Moeller's, he's dead set on scoring this. This is clearly his go-to tie, and he's using it to control the mat space. Hasn't been able to get seriously close to a takedown, but a great re-attack. Sprawls. Kinsella gets high. There's another re-attack by Kinsella now on Moeller. These guys are, I'll tell you what, it's like a shootout right now. Back and forth, one shot, then the other guy.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see if Moeller's
There's another shot by Kinsella.
And heavy ties plays a factor here. There's
Another
some
blood time. Yep.
You know, I think Keaton, you know, he's so strong and he's got such heavy hands. Moeller, I think if his heavy hands could play a factor in this match as far as maybe wearing down Kinsella. But if there's blood time every 30 seconds, that might not be the case either.
I'll tell you what, these guys are not small 150-pounders either. Even just looking side to side at the other two weights and the 2A and 3A mat, neither of these guys are, I mean, there's clearly some physicality on this mat right now. I'll tell you what, though, both men got as good a shot as any to win this match at this point. It's 1-0. Moeller, and both men have had ample opportunities on leg attacks.
Here we go. 1-0, Keaton Moeller. Minute 6 to go, second period. Halfway through this match. There it is, a good reshot by Moeller.
He's in like a vacuum cleaner. He's sucking it in.
Great job sinking.
You're talking about that strength of Moeller, but he comes up to the body now. Kinsella fending him off, but as we mentioned earlier, Moeller very comfortable upper body. He's controlling that right side underhook, driving Kinsella towards the far side out of bounds. Nice snap action. Looks for a shot. Kinsella sprawls. I tell you what, these guys just
both doing a really great job. It's just a good action out there. Kinsella.
Well, I think what's important is neither man has made a slip up in reactions. Both of them's reaction times very fast. Not getting put in a really bad position trying to work out of it.
I was impressed that Kinsella fended off that last takedown. As strong as Moeller is, as he sucked that leg in.
And his hands were locked. The problem is Moeller went to the body, and that's where maybe his comfort in being in that hand fight and being up high, you know, you got to stay on the legs in that spot. He had a perfect high crotch, and he tried to finish on the body. You know, that's textbook difference between finishing on a high-level wrestler and ended up in some kind of an over-under situation, and that's what we saw.
Third blood time already.
Right at the end of this period here, Moeller has a lead, 1-0.
Caleb Olson, the state champion on the two-way mat. Giving Max Thompson and Bart Mailer big hugs. Congrats to Caleb Olson. Here we go,
We will
third
start
period.
the third period. Kinsella down, 2 minutes here, and he is out. I tell you what, these guys are absolutely offsetting the amount of time on the mat spent last match with 3 full periods and banging it out on the feet.
He really
It's a good
gets that.
snap by Moeller, looking for the pick. Doesn't get the pick. Kinsella's fighting his way out of that front head.
He really drives into the guy with the underhook.
A little bit of an errant shot by
switches off-
Kinsella.
Switches off to that.
This is
snap
probably the
down.
longest that they've spent in an offense-defense position. Kinsella has not cleared out of this. Finally does. Pushes him out of bounds. Coach Kingery, sorry, urging his wrestler on.
Keaton Moeller has controlled the tie-ups most of this match, just unable to score so far. 1 minute to go in the match, tied 1-1. Be curious to see if Kinsella can get back to that leg like he did in that first minute of the match when he almost finished it, but
Kinsella, front headlock position here. Moeller builds his way out of it. We stalemate it. Starting back. Moeller's a little bit frustrated here, and you know, you can see the maturity of Kinsella. He has been unwavering this whole match of just staying the course, doing what he's doing. I think you can tell like Moeller probably has wanted to score, capitalize on 2 or 3 of these opportunities.
if Kinsella can stay out of that 2-on-1 tie of Moeller's, he might have a chance here, you know, and there's that underhook. He likes switching off to a good hard snap down here, what he's been doing, but
still nothing. He has been doing a great job with this underhook, and equally Kinsella has been doing a great job fending off these attempts. Hasn't really got to his offense of recent. Kinsella hasn't. 15 seconds left in the match. Nothing yet. Still nothing yet. Nothing yet. He gets it
with 5 seconds to go.
The match.
He's going to be your state champion at 150 pounds.
And the 1A mat still avoids overtime. We have not had an overtime tonight. These men are...
Congratulations, Keaton Moeller, just a sophomore. Coached by Jake Munger. That's Jake Munger's first state champion ever. It's been a long time since Starmont's had a state champion, probably back with the Stryker brothers back in the day.
Boots, Lisbon. Third place, Colin Holmes, South Winneshiek. Runner-up, Colton White, Denver. And your Class 1A, 144-pound champion from Logan, Magnolia, Corbin Rice. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 144 pounds, assistant coach and dad, Ryan Kittleson. 8th place, Jackson Kinnox, Bishop Heelan Catholic. 7th place, Austin Evans, Creston. 6th place, Carter Lamont, Benton Shellsburg. 5th place, Tyler Whelan, Independence. 4th place, Tucker Wheeler, PCM Monroe. 3rd place, Jackson Jaspers, Mount Vernon. Runner-up, Royce Butt, Central DeWitt. And your Class 2A, 144-pound champion from Osage, Anders Kittleson. Presenting the Class 3A, 144-pound awards, Coach Doug Stryker. 8th place, Jake Mitchell, Iowa City, City High. 7th place, Ty Solerson, Boone. 6th place, Mason Lucas, Carlisle. 5th place, Alex Plumba, Prairie, Cedar Rapids. 4th place, Ben Hansen, Ankeny. 3rd place, Maximus DeBolt, Ankeny Centennial. Runner-up, Jakari Clark, Valley, West Des Moines. And your Class 3A, 144-pound champion from Linmar, Kane Noctemore. Championship matchups at 157 pounds. Class 3A, Kale Voinovich, Iowa City, City High. Jackson Miller of Carlisle. Class 1A, Tyler Connect, Don Bosco. Kellen Smith, West Hancock. Class 2A, Tucker Stengel, Osage. Bo Cuda, Sergeant Bob Newton.
Here we go, Iowa State Championships, 157 pounds. We have a doozy here, folks. This might be the match of the night. Kyler Knack, Don Bosco in the blue singlet, wrestling Kellen Smith, West Hancock in the red singlet. 2 Division I commits here. Smith gonna wrestle for West Point next year. And at Army, Kyler Knack's gonna be a Panther for Coach Doug Schwab. He's just a junior. Rematched the state championship a year ago that Kyler Knack won 1-0, but Smith had beaten him twice during the season. This year, oh, they called a quick stall call on Smith. I mean, he did back out, but boy, that was
I think that's a little perplexing to everybody.
There you see the quickness from Smith, but you got hips from Knack that are
just controlling the mat space. Nice shot.
They went out of bounds. I don't know this. That was. They did give it two.
They're calling it.
That was close. Nice. You know, you saw the strength of Knack there, and also the, you know, he's explosive. Just got to that shot. So tough with his finishes.
Well, we got 2 ends of the spectrum of physiques here. We got Kyler Knack, who's short, extreme power. You got Kellen Smith, who has length.
You know, if you get to the feet, you know, Knack's probably gonna cut you. He's not gonna challenge you unless he has to.
He's controlled things so far on the feet. So we got 30 seconds left in the first. Smith, you know, he's got to put himself back in this match sooner than later. There's no sense in waiting on it. Right into a hard front headlock, pulling him into it. Knack shooting him out of bounds again. I'm still a little surprised on that stall call. That was a little. Seems a little.
In college, yes, maybe, but not.
It seemed
the rules are different from high school to college. There's a quick
nice
single
shot.
leg
You
from
said Smith is fast, and that was fast. Unfortunately, he did it with short time, and Knack was able to fend off here. So we end the first period 2-1 Knack. Knack's taken down. Kellen Smith top.
You know, I think this match will be won on the feet. I think both wrestlers are pretty strong from the bottom position. I think they're going to probably be able to get out, get their escapes. I know both wrestlers can turn and are tough on top, but I think they're just both so good on bottom.
3-1 now.
It's going to be won on the feet.
Knack's got a lead, and you know, if Smith did what he did at the end of the last period, he's going to have a good shot at putting himself right back in this match. Nice double leg, nice stop by Knack. Wow.
Just lightning fast. I mean, it's so. Like you said, different styles here, and both so good at what they do.
Yeah, I mean, these guys they're messing. Wow.
Great fakes from
Kellen Smith. He's quick.
You know, he likes wrestling in space. Knack gets his hands on you. He likes controlling tie-ups.
Those are good fakes by Smith, but again, he is down 3-1.
Push the pace a little bit right now.
You got to start making more full-on attacks. Just kind of probing, looking for openings is. Oh, and there's the stall call back for Knack, so we've made it even now. Only difference being the takedown. Both men have a stall call, both men have an escape. Knack with that edge of the mat takedown in the first. Probably the only really like semi-controversial call, and we really haven't we've been lucky tonight. We've had some good refereeing and some clean wrestling.
I think you're going to see one more attack here from Smith before the period.
Again, I mean, if if he wants to put himself in the best position to win, do not waste any of this time. And I tell you what, his best attempt was when he got to a sweep, when he got to an angle. These straight-on shots, you can tell that Kanak is
ready for him.
Yeah, and I mean, those hips, it's hard to blow through somebody that's got a low center of gravity.
See if conditioning plays a factor here. You know, third period, Smith extremely well conditioned. Good mat return from Kanak. That could be a stall call. That could be a stall call. How is that not a stall call? Am I missing something there?
I guess Kanak did a good job of making sure the ref knew that he was trying to let him go. I mean, that's the only explanation I got. Sometimes people try to do that and the ref don't care. Refs calling what they're calling, like figure out how to let him go, but that time he let it be. There's a nice re-attack by Kanak. See these fakes, now Kanak's starting to realize, you know, maybe I just lunge in for a leg attack. Oh my goodness, nothing there though. Nothing.
Kanak's tough in here.
Yeah, and
very tough in here in this
that's
position.
Not quite the best whizzer. Smith's gonna want to square himself up. What is that? It looked like that ref was about to blow a stalemate.
That's what
that was awkward.
48 seconds to go. Kanak's, you know,
this is a great match, just like you said, and you know, Kellen Smith.
So hard to score on Kanak, and
he's given himself plenty of opportunities, but again, these double legs from space. I mean, they're so hard to catch those. Another Parker Kakaisen fan over here, Kyler Kanak, inspired by Parker Kakaisen. Based on the double legs you've seen, who would you think that Kellen Smith is inspired by?
Yeah, right. There's
Jordan Burroughs. Oh, an arm spin attempt. All right. And Kellen Smith is laying it out there. He's got to go for something though. And here's where you hit the. He's looking for the stall call. Kanak just Hulk mode. He is fired up.
The West Hancock coaches are very upset that there was not a stalling call in that third period. And Kyler Kanak will be your two-time state champion.
Kellen Smith, he's upset. They're trying to get him up. They need to.
Kellen Smith obviously taking it extremely hard, but he's got to go shake hands here. He's got to go shake hands here. You know, he stayed at 157 pounds for a reason. He wanted a shot at Kellen Smith. And look at Kyler Kanak, I mean, and
probably the most, I mean, not extremely controversial, but probably the most chippy, controversial match we've had tonight.
You know, I don't, personally, that's tough. You know, if he was trying to let him go, yes, I suppose.
That edge of the mat, but really that edge of the mat takedown, that Tyler Kanak,
Presenting the awards, Class 1A.
6th as a freshman, 1st as a sophomore, 1st as a junior. He will be back next year looking for his 3rd state title.
We're going to pass out the awards here at 150 pounds. We will be back for 165-pound action when we come back.
Shenandoah. 5th place, Nate Wood, North Cedar, Stenwood. 4th place, Carter Metcalf, Pleasantville. 3rd place, Reese Klosterman, Albernet. Runner-up, Danny Kinsella, Trainer. In your Class 1A, 150-pound champion from Starmont, Keaton Moeller. Presenting the Class 2A 150-pound awards, Coach Bart Baylor. In 8th place, Dirk Boyles, Burlington, Notre Dame. 7th place, Niall Sin, Williamsburg. 6th place, Tucker Bitsum, Ballard. 5th place, Tate Slagle, Algona. 4th place, Mikey Ryan, Mount Vernon. 3rd place, Hudson Scranton, Anamosa. Runner-up, Lucas Kroll, Garner Mayfield, Ventura. And your Class 2A, 150-pound champion from Union, the Port City, Caleb Olson. Presenting the Class 3A 150-pound awards. Assistant Coach Mike Schwab. 8th place, Jake Pontier, Indianola. 7th place, Caden Leonard, Johnston. 6th place, Braylon Griffiths, Atumwa. 5th place, Justin Avila, Iowa City West. 4th place, Lucas Brule, Ankeny Centennial. 3rd place, Nolan Bellers, Bondurant Farrar. Runner-up, Logan Trenery, Southeast Polk. Your Class 3A 150-pound champion from Waverly Shellrock, Boss Diaz. .165 pounds, Class 3A, Jacob Helgeson, Johnston. Gabe Carter, Urbandale. Class 1A, John McGill, Colfax Bingo. Maddox Nelson, Underwood. Class 2A, Brody Hendricks, Humboldt. Colin Young,
Here we go, 165 pounds, Class 1A state championship match. Maddox Nelson from Underwood in the green ankle band.
Whoa.
He's gonna wrestle
already.
John McGill from Colfax Mingo in the orange singlet, red ankle band.
We drew out the book, but John McGill placed in his freshman year, did not place his sophomore year, placed last year, placed this year. I got a yes and no's. It's the first one tonight. Keeping it simple. Keeping it simple.
Maddox Nelson, a 6th place finisher a year ago. This weight class was kind of up in the air. A lot of parity throughout the weight class. But
good pickup for Morningside. John McGill will be wrestling at Morningside.
Maddox Nelson, good football player as well, 2nd team All-State football player. McGill came in the 1 seed. Nelson came in the 2 seed. McGill won by a 10-8 decision. I saw that match over Clay Wilgenbush in the semifinals. There was a late takedown right at the buzzer that they never gave to Wilgenbush. That was very close.
We're a minute in, and no lack of energy here in this.
Nelson with the big knee brace on his right knee there.
And no lack of energy in that first minute 15. John McGill, Maddox Nelson, 0-0. A lot of sparring, a lot of quick takedown attempts. No real.
Stacy Rice, the coach for Colfax Mingo. Here we go, back in action here. John Williams, the coach for Underwood High School.
Coaching his 2nd wrestler of the night to be in the finals. Blake Allen, now Maddox Nelson.
Scoreless first period, 9 seconds to go.
John Williams, first year head coach this year.
Nelson with a 5-2 decision over Ryan Stiles of Earlham in the semifinals to get here. Also an 8-4 winner over Kunkel from Hinton. 9-3 winner over Sauer from Alburnett. Nelson on top, starting the 2nd period, 0-0. The first point on the board for John McGill.
And a takedown. For Maddox Nelson, right before we have blood time. Maddox Nelson will take a 2-1 lead.
A lot of blood time going on here the last few matches. We have a good match going on over there on the 2-way mat. 2-1. Jacob Helgeson on the 3A mat. Tough kid from Johnston.
Yes, he is. John McGill getting some blood cleaned up.
Maddox Nelson coming in with a 31-3 record. John McGill 43-1. McGill going back down here. 2-1 lead for Nelson. 1:39 to go, 2nd period. He's going to elect to cut him.
Wow.
Go back on the feet. 2-2.
Is there something I don't know about McGill's wrestling on the mat here?
Well, I think Nelson just feels comfortable on his feet, so.
I mean, so far, so good.
Nice single leg by Nelson again. Switches off to that double for the takedown.
Feels comfortable on his feet, I would say so, Justin Decker. And now he's putting on a ride.
4-2. Halfway through the match here. I wonder if he's going to cut him again. He might go for another takedown.
He's thinking about it. He's got a minute to go. He's feeling the groove. He was looking at his coach. He's cutting him. Wow. This is what I like to see.
Yeah,
I mean, just supreme confidence in where you're good and that you're going to have success there. You know, if he gets a takedown right here to finish this period,
plus I think he gets choice here third period, so.
Yeah, that helps too. He did cut him though into a 1-point lead.
Boy, he's smooth with that single. That's great finish there.
He is feeling it, man. He is feeling it. He takes a 6-3 lead. He went from a 2-1 lead to now a 6-3 lead.
Just brings his hips in really nice on that finish. That trainer gal is getting put to work tonight over here on the edge. Just a shout out to all the officials here in the house tonight. They've done an outstanding job throughout the tournament.
Yeah, we've had some solid wrestling all night long.
You know, we've had some tough calls, but
Helgeson over there just blowing up the scoreboard, finishing the match with a major decision. That's a solid victory. We are plagued with some serious blood time on this mat these last couple matches.
it makes it tough to.
Yeah, John McGill's got one heck of a nosebleed going.
John McGill also.
Oh, wowzers. I saw that.
Little extracurricular on the 2A mat.
Oh yeah, we got some.
What happened?
Spice, just a hard club to end the match by the loser, I believe.
Here we go, Maddox Nelson, 6-3.
10 seconds left. Finish out the period on top. That's the goal here for Maddox Nelson. McGill gets one. Hey, that's gonna.
Could play in a factor maybe, but Nelson gets choice. He's gonna go down.
Well, McGill's gonna have to. McGill's gonna either have to make hay on top or make some adjustments on his feet. Maddox with a quick escape. So really, he's in the driver's seat. He's controlled on the feet all of last period. Pretty impressive. We went from he's looking for another shot. Pretty impressive. We went from a 0-0 first period, if I'm not mistaken, to a 4-7 through 2. Or sorry, 6-4 through 2 periods. A lot of wrestling in a match.
McGill's going to need something big here. You know, they got straight on doubles. Probably aren't going to cut it unless you got to go something either feet to back or got to bring, get some penetration going on.
Well, we saw it last match too, right? I will say, from my experience in these finals matches, it is hard to come back from a deficit. When you get the lead early and you know how to hold your ground and hand fight in the center of the mat, I mean, you can kind of get away with stalling just a little bit, and you're willing to take a stall call. It's the finals, right?
Right.
You'd rather take a stall call than.
There's that single again.
Wow.
He's going to get the, if he pull him in,
Maddox Nelson, very impressive on his ability to time his shots. I mean, every shot he's had has been a quick finish. more so because of the timing of his shot than anything else.
Maddox Nelson, the 2 seed, coming into this tournament, 31-3. He's got a 9-4 lead with 28 seconds to go. Extremely impressive this match. Drops to an ankle.
Yeah,
elevates it in the air.
I mean,
just a great job of wrestling all the way around.
Very clean, controlled match here so far.
He's a senior. He is undecided where he's gonna wrestle, but it says he wants to compete in college. There it is, folks. Maddox Nelson, your state champion at 165 pounds. Over John McGill, 9-5. From Underwood High School. Coached by John Williams. Congratulations, Maddox Nelson. We're gonna take a quick break.
Presenting the awards, Class 1A at 157 pounds, Coach Chris Ortner. 8th place, Jackson Carey, Nashville Plainfield. 7th place, Wyatt Vanderwerf, Jessup. 6th place, Caden Baxter, IHSAA. 5th place, Kanan Decker, Wapsie Valley. 4th place, Owen Laughlin, Shenandoah. 3rd place, Shane Washburn, Albernet. Runner-up, Kellen Smith, West Hancock, Britt. And your Class 1A 157-pound champion from Don Bosco, Tyler Cadet. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 157 pounds, Coach Brent Jennings. 8th place, Maxwell Mental, Grinnell. 7th place, David Zeno, Algona. 6th place, Gavin Sharman, Greene County. 5th place, Carson Colbert, NHTV. 4th place, Jason Miller, Fairfield. 3rd place, Taylor Baylor, Hampton Dumont Cal. Runner-up, Bo Kuda, Sergeant Bluff Luton. And your Class 2A 157-pound champion from Osage, Putner Stengel. Presenting the Class 3A 157-pound awards, Coach Corey Connell. 8th place, Dawson Fish, Dubuque Hempstead. 7th place, Wyatt Velasek, Prairie, Cedar Rapids. 6th place, Grant Kress, Lindmar. 5th place, Abe Bouchon, Southeast Polk. 4th place, Nolan Riddle, Fort Madison. 3rd place, Sincere Clark, Valley, West Des Moines. Runner-up, Jackson Miller, Carlisle. And your Class 3A 157-pound champion from Iowa City, City High, Kale Voinovich. Here are the championship matchups at 175 pounds. Class 3A, Asa Hempstead, Carlisle. Marion Ross, Fort Dodge. Class 1A, Caden Knapp, Don Bosco. Jason Nelson Brown, Emmitsburg. Class 2A, Austin Scranton, Anamosa. Preston Johnson, Roland Story.
175-pound action at the Iowa State Wrestling Championships. We're here at the finals, and we have Caden Knack from Don Bosco in the blue singlet, green ankle band. He is going to be taking on Jace Nelson Brown in the black and gold singlet from Emmitsburg. Knack coming in the #1 seeded wrestler. Jace Nelson Brown, the #2 seeded wrestler. Knack with a overtime victory over Kyle Bucknell from Jessup in the semifinals. Nelson Brown with a major decision over Titus Evans from Nashua Plainfield.
Familiar story, Don Bosco having a strong state tournament.
Cole Welter and Gable Fox in the corner over here for Caden Knack. They just had Coach Yoder pass out the award for Kyler Knack, his brother, as a state champion, trying to become, I think, probably the first brother combination to win a state championship tonight.
Might be.
Normally you always got a few of those. Kyler, state champ at 57. Caden was a runner-up a year ago, I believe, to Mikey Baker in the finals, if my memory serves correctly. Nice fake there by Knack. Good snaps by Knack. These Knack boys are just so physical and hard to score takedowns on. I mean, they really don't give you anything easy.
Jace Nelson Brown from Emmitsburg, committed to Cornell College, Mount Vernon, Iowa.
Coached by Mark Klaus. 142 and 24 career high school record. Second a year ago as well. Two-time Fargo qualifier. Caden Knack, he's a good football player. I think he was a quarterback on their team this year.
Baseball player, yeah, he's solid all around. Inspired
by Gable Fox and Cole Welter, who I mentioned, are both in his corner, so that's pretty cool. Bosco's got a heck of a coaching staff over there with Chris Ortner.
These two,
long list of coaches.
These two in a tight match not long ago. I'm sure they know each other in and out.
Yeah, I think they met at the state duels, right? Or,
it's like Ida Grove.
Oh, Ida Grove, okay.
Caden Knack's got a good memory here.
Yeah,
Ida Grove 120-24.
Yeah, never mind. Emmitsburg was not at the state duels this year.
Emmitsburg. Talk about a school with some wrestling history.
Right? I mean,
A lot of state titles at that school back in the days.
well, both programs. I mean, you got, that was a nice single leg by Kanak.
And no doubt, these are two very...
Good job elevating that. He's in a great position to score the takedown
Still a
here.
minute left in this period, so a lot of time. The only thing that would really stop this is a stalemate. Otherwise, Kanak's looking at a very realistic takedown opportunity here. And they are scrambling. There's nothing yet. Still no points. They are not calling it yet. Kanak finally gets his 2.
43 seconds to go.
Nice sprawl. Go looking for a go behind, but again, Kanak's on top right now.
Does a good job there.
Yeah, if you're Nelson Brown, I mean, you got the time to do it, but secure your 1. Right here, college, this is where, I mean, you turn and kick out. Draw the stall call or the reversal. We got a lot of scrambling here. We got 10 seconds left.
Please, winners of 165 for the award stand area.
A little bit of excitement there.
Potentially dangerous. Third going into the second period.
Cole Welter looking back here a little bit.
Cole Welter looking
deciding
at
what he
Coach
wants
Ortner
to
if
do.
they want him to go neutral, I think, the second period.
We're gonna pick down, I think. I think they're gonna have him pick down. I don't know though.
More blood, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just assume we're cursed for the rest of the night to have blood time regularly. It's just the juju on this mat.
Three seconds to go, first period. His brother Kyler right behind us, cheering him on. Got a little quick Ramby roll attempt there as the
All right.
last closing seconds.
What are we going with here? He's going down.
Nelson Brown, I think he's pretty good on top, just kind of with the vibe I'm getting here from.
There's definitely a thought process to picking down, and it wasn't a sure thing. And normally it would be a sure thing. You're ahead 2-1. I mean, no doubt.
Third period.
They're scrapping.
2-1.
Caden Kanak looking solid.
.151 to go, third period. Kanak.
Here's where it starts to get interesting. And you see legs come in, you see claw rides. All it takes is 2 seconds. And
He's got the leg though.
the leads change.
Oh, now he's got it sunk back in. He's got that high thigh there. This is probably where he's
The
good.
real question is
Lost that leg.
Jace Nelson Brown confident enough to try to turn this whole match and or get a stall call? Or is he gonna let him go if he can't make it happen here in the next 10 seconds?
There's the
I don't
leg
know.
coming
I don't
in.
know him well
He's
enough
got,
to know.
He's got him in
This is
danger
where-
here.
Yeah, he's nothing yet though. Oh, good job by Kanak. He's gonna get his 1. He's gonna get his 1 right here. No 2 yet. There's 1.
That's
They
a big
go out of
escape.
bounds.
That's
Yeah.
a big escape.
I think Jace Nelson Brown really wanted to keep him on bottom and continue to look to threaten
You
him.
could tell where he's pretty dangerous there. 1 minute to go, third period, 3-1. Kanak on top.
Hey, if Jace Nelson Brown wants to, though, there's still plenty of wrestling left in this match. I mean, if he wants to start, I think that's a solid call.
Yeah.
You know.
Relentless here.
Here we go, 3-1. I mean, that's probably not going to play a huge factor unless there's a takedown, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he could give up another one and still win 3-2. I'll tell you what, though, he's running him all over this mat. I mean, man.
3-1, 26 seconds to go. Jace Nelson Brown needs a takedown to take this to overtime. Caden Kanak trying to join his brother as a state champion. There's a drag attempt. Kanak's kind of backing up there, but he can afford one more stall call.
Wow. Jeez.
Wow. 2 seconds to go. Third period. Caden Kanak is going to be a state champion unless something crazy happens. There it is. Caden Kanak, your 175-pound state champion.
Good match.
Giving a big hug to Cole Welter there. Emmitsburg coach is talking to the side official, but that's not the difference of the match. There, Kanak earned that first takedown. Going over and giving Gable Fox a big hug. Bosco with their third state champion of the night, joining Kyler Kanak.
Hugging it out, pretty excited. That's fun to see. You can see the looks of the agony of defeat and the joy of victory on a lot of these wrestlers. The amount, we haven't talked about it, but the amount of work that goes into just getting to these finals, the time investment and you call it the sacrifice everyone talks about, but it's not even the sacrifice. It's the just straight up discomfort. The amount of discomfort that you have to put in to your training life for months on end.
It's a grind. I mean, an absolute grind. You hear that word a lot, and the not just physical part of it, but the mental part of it, and the injuries, and some days getting up and doing it over and over again. It's not what you want to do. It's not what you want to do, but you got to do it. And
Helen, and very few of these wrestlers are going unscathed throughout the year. I mean, we see a few of them. We see a few of the undefeated wrestlers, but very seldom.
Passing out the awards right now at 165 pounds. We're going to come back in a couple minutes here for our 190-pound matchup with McCade Bloker and Loudon Hausenga. Hausengay. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Runner-up, Brody Hendricks, Humboldt. And your Class 2A, 165-pound champion from Dubuque Waller, Colin Young.
Good thing I got black pants. I don't know where all this water's coming from.
Presenting the Class 3A 165-pound awards, Coach Aaron Tecklenburg. 8th place, Colin Falk, Cedar Rapids Kennedy. 7th place, Jordan Ryle, Bondurant Farrar. 6th place, Ari Eltz, Ankeny Centennial. 5th place, Wesley Anderson, Waukee. 4th place, Ethan Bidler, Waverly Showdown. 3rd place, Lincoln Jip, Bettendorf. Runner-up, Gabe Carver, Urbandale. In your Class 3A, 165-pound champion from Johnston, Jacob Helgeson. Our championship matchups at 190 pounds. Class 3A, Brent Slade, Southeast Polk, and Arnie Michael, Thames. Class 1A, McCain Bloker, North Butler, Clarksville, Mountain Housing Game, Waco, Wayland. Class 2A, Jared Bruce, Sheldon, South O'Brien, Ben Bryant, North Polk.
1A 190-pound state championship match. The #1 seed, McCade Bloker from North Butler, Clarksville, in the red ankle band, white singlet. You have Loudon Housengay from Waco. In the blue singlet. He is a tall drink of water.
Yeah, I would say that.
Bloker's been looking really solid throughout this tournament. Been everything's controlled, just very strong as a bull. Just two completely different body styles again here. But
Housengay made the finals by way of sudden victory. Tough match, tough win in the semis.
Housengay's got a really good quick slide by. Saw him do that to the Wapsie Valley wrestler early in the tournament. 7-0 winner over Drew Lansing of Wapsie in the first round. There's a nice single leg from Bloker. Let's see if he can bring him in bounds, and nice takedown. Okay, Bloker.
Very solid takedown.
2 falls and a 5-1 winner over Landon Fernandez from Don Bosco in the semis. Housengay beat Bites from Maquoketa Valley in an overtime, wild overtime match yesterday. Was getting beat. Bites had the match in control. Had 2 points late in the match to send it in overtime, and then won in overtime. It was just...
Both of these wrestlers undefeated too. 37-0 and 39-0 for Bloker. 1 versus 2. I don't know how, I don't know how many 1 versus 2 matchups we've had.
I want to say Housengay was like a 45-pounder last year or something like that. He was a middleweight, and he must have grown a lot of inches in the last year because he's went up several weight classes. Bloker doing a good job controlling the top position. You can just see his strength there.
Yep, 30 seconds to go in the first. Housengay on bottom, working back up. Bloker continuing to ride. Nice little Granby action by Housengay. Nothing to no avail. Looking for a switch action too. He's making his move late. Bloker, great job to secure a tight waist and more or less stick him to his belly here to finish out this period. That was a good job weathering that storm by Bloker. That's a big point to hold off. You know, you take that 2-0 lead, that gives you a little bit of breathing room for later in the match.
Jim Torvik, the head official on the mat here. He does a lot of college dual meets, great official. We're gonna have
Bloker choosing down to start the second period. He will be on the bottom, ahead 2-0 over Loudon Housengay. These guys have not met before. Both have made their way through the season unscathed. Bloker with a quick escape. Minute 50 to go in the period. Ooh, there's that drag attempt. You can tell Housengay is he's just dangerous. He's kind of doing a little bit of the rope-a-dope. He's kind of slowing down, and you know, this is important. These kind of situations are important for a guy like Bloker to understand that you do not change your energy level based on your opponents. You stay consistent through the match, especially when you're ahead. Someone's trying to kind of lull you into relaxing. Oh, nice pick. That was a very clean takedown.
Kate Bloker Watched him wrestle a lot as a youth. He used to wrestle for the Back to Basics program back in the day with old Bill Thompson, I think, was the coach at the time. He just did a great job with those guys. That would be Eric Thompson's dad. Coached a lot of Waverly, Janesville area kids. Just a small group of wrestlers, but just really taught those boys how to wrestle. We're going to cut the blood time here. McCade Bloker, heck of a football player. He just ran all over guys in the football season this year.
He's running over a guy right now in the finals. He's very solid. 48 seconds to go in the period.
His cousin Tanner Argis was the runner-up to Dawson Youngblood.
Yep.
At 132.
See how this period materializes. Hausengay keeping himself alive. He's back on his feet. A takedown here would really make this match interesting going into the third period, but so far it's been all Bloker on the feet. Hausengay has kind of tried a couple of quick, slick takedowns, but nothing serious yet. It's about his first really solid shot. Bloker fends it off. 20 seconds to go in the second period. There's another nice, clean, straight single by Bloker. Looking to finish this to end the period. Now he's, oh, I thought he changed off the double.
Trying to pull him in.
Hausengay's hanging on the edge here. Takedown here would be very big, and it's not gonna happen. So we go in to the third period, 5-1, Hausengay's choice. Hausengay's gonna go down.
But Bloker kind of looks, you know, he maybe doesn't look the part out there as much as some of these other guys, but boy, he knows how to wrestle. He can get after it. He's got great technique.
Wow, his timing's spot on right now. I mean,
just tell
he's got in on 3 or 4 shots, very clean. Big lift,
it's real
solid lift. Yeah, he knows how to use his body well, and that's the beauty of this sport is you got every body type, every level of strength, and you know, wrestling IQ, tenacity, conditioning, all play factors.
North Butler coached Adam Holm over there trying to get it. Could be getting a state champion here. It's been a few years since they've had one. One minute, 10 seconds to go. 5-2 Bloker. Would love to see some more attempts from Hausengay with a 3-point deficit here. You know, he's moving a lot and working a lot, but really not.
Decent shots, but I tell you what, Bloker's just great job controlling the mat space.
Cotton ball fell out of his nose. They're gonna go get him going again. I feel like we're the only mat that has had this. I mean, this girl is.
It's a curse. Yeah, these trainers are they're earning their keep tonight, no doubt. Hats off to the medical staff here. Every year, year in and year out. Hanging by for the marathon of matches, cleaning up blood. Making sure athletes are safe, especially on our mat. They're earning every ounce of their paychecks on this mat tonight.
McCade Bloker, 4th place a year ago, 5th place as a sophomore. Trying to become a state champion here. 5-2, 50 seconds to go.
Looks like
I think he just needs to stay offensive. There it was. But look at that, right into a body lock. Oh, that was beautiful.
Big boom. Big boom. He's got an excited cheering section behind him.
He sure does. He's got a lot of teammates and coaches behind him.
And you know what? He's showing up for him. 20 seconds to go. Bloker ahead 9-2. hanging on to the leg on top. Pausengate just moving around, looking for anything he can do.
There it is, McCade Bloker, your 190-pound state champion. Great job, great piece of wrestling out of McCade Bloker. Very dominant, controlled the whole match. Just never really got in any type of danger or threatened at any point during the match.
Very solid match.
Congratulations to North Butler Clarksville on their state champion here in McCade Bloker. He's a senior.
Finishing out his career right. Undefeated, 40-0.
Giving Loudenhausen his first loss of the season. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back here in a couple minutes with our 215-pound match.
Presenting the 1A awards of 175, assistant coach Gable Fox. 8th place, Zach Robbins, trainer. 7th place, Jaden Dickerson, Shenandoah. 6th place, Gatlin Rogers, Wilton. 5th place, Titus Evans, Nashua Plainfield. 4th place, Creighton Kelly, West Hancock Britt. 3rd place, Kyle McNell, Jessup. Runner-up, Jason Nelson Brown, Emmetsburg. In your Class 1A, 175-pound champion from Don Bosco, Katie Knapp. Presenting the Class 2A awards of 175 pounds, Coach Chris Looney. 8th place, Reed Holshaw, Sioux Center. 7th place, Drew Diaz, Assumption Davenport. 6th place, Kenny Kerr, North Fayette Valley. 5th place, Brock Boyna, Crestwood Cresco. 4th place, Daniel Gorski, Knoxville. 3rd place, Brent Malkovich, West Delaware. Runner-up, Heston Johnson, Golden Story. In your Class 2A, 175-pound champion from Anaosa, Austin Scranton. Presenting the Class 3A 175-pound awards, assistant coach Tom McClyman. 8th place, Grant Gamble, Joaquin. 7th place, Ronan Thomas, Xavier, Cedar Rapids. Sixth place, Dax Clapp, Indianola. Fifth place, Braxton Westendorf, Waverly Shell Rock. Fourth place, Tyler Scranton, Iowa City West. Third place, Maximus Magana, Waterloo East. Runner-up, Asa Hempstead, Carlisle. In your Class 3A, 175-pound champion from Fort Dodge, Demarion Ross. Here are the championship matchups at 215 pounds, Class 3A. Grayshawn Ross, Fort Dodge. Holden Hansen, Southeast Bolt. Class 1A, Brady Davis, Coconut Valley. Ashton Hondo, Nottoway Valley. Class 2A, Braden McShane, NHTV. Gavin Bridgewater, South Tama County.
We're back in action at the Iowa State High School Wrestling State Championships. Class 1A, 215 pounds. We have Ashton Honold in the green ankle band from Nottoway Valley, coached by his father, Brad Honold, wrestling Brady Davis from Maquoketa Valley in the black and gold singlet. He's coached by Kurt Hatfield. And I've been impressed with this Honold kid this weekend. Really likes digging underhooks, going upstairs. He's very good upper body and can also attack the legs well. Put a lot of time in the weight room to get bigger. He was kind of soft as a youth, and he's really just grown into his body and put a lot of time in at Moen Club as well.
Both men making a big jump from last year. Brady Davis finishing 7th last year for Maquoketa Valley. Honold 8th. Make the big jump to the finals this year, and one of them is going to walk away a state champ. We're 1 minute in.
Brady Davis is the top-seeded wrestler in this weight class, 45-3 coming in. Ashton Honold 48-2. He was your 2 seed. His dad, Brad Honold, in the corner. Got the purple shoes on. He's a state runner-up in 1995 from Clarinda. Uncle Brian was 6th.
Ashton Honold, only a sophomore.
He's a nice-looking sophomore.
Yeah. He makes us look like little kids. Very large, strong-looking guy. There's a big overhook throw. Both guys right now.
Oh, he stepped over that.
Oh boy, nothing yet. That's some good wrestling of these big guys. Some good wrestling. Ending the first period with a little flurry, 0-0. Oh, we have a match ender by Rayshawn Ross, sophomore, two-timer. Sophomore, right?
He's okay.
Yeah,
he's just okay.
Pretty good wrestler.
We got Brady Davis. He's on top in the red ankle band. Pretty good job here, keeping weight forward right now. Honnold trying to tripod up. Davis was a really good football player as well. They had some good upper weights in that Maquoketa Valley program this year. They had Brady Davis, Salo Kid at heavyweight, and Nathan Bites at 90. 3 good workout partners, and you know you got to have those guys in the room to make you better, and that's Maquoketa Valley had 3 good ones in there. Now Davis with the underhook.
Oh, big, oh, double over, going for the throw, Honnold is.
Oh, wow.
There's a great trip by Davis. Very clean.
1 minute to go. Honnold's looking a little bit, just a little tired already here in this halfway through the match. I don't know if conditioning could play a factor or not, but
important to note, Honnold, Fargo qualifier, both styles. He's a sophomore, most likely last year. The summer wrestling, it pays off. Going from 8th to now a finalist. Honnold with an escape to make it 2-2. Really, all this match has been, you know, up top. I don't know if anybody's gotten on a deep leg attack yet.
both kind of like digging from that, working from that underhook position. And so far, just the one takedown by Davis.
For Honnold.
Kurt Hatfield, the coach from Maquoketa Valley, started coaching under Jeff Voss in 2010 for West Delaware. Legendary coach Voss. Got a lot of dual meet wins.
Our second period ends. We're tied 2-2. Davis choosing down.
Brady, AKA the Sugar, they call him. Otherwise known
the
as
Sugar?
The Sugar.
All right.
Coach says that about Brady. Grown tremendously over the last 4 years. Great leader in the room.
Honnold doing a good job riding. I'm not really sure if he's just seeing if maybe he can catch a quick turn to get himself a lead, or if he wants to ride him out, because he's really confident in his top game. But you know, this is where some of the tactics and strategy start to come in these finals matches. You got to make a decision here. You know, are you confident enough in your top that you're either going to ride him out or turn him, or
Don't believe there's been any stall warnings yet.
no? And
in this
you know,
match.
he is working hard to ride him, and you know, maybe that's part of the game plan. But as of right now, doesn't really look like he's trying to cut him. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but we got a minute to go, and he's pretty confident and working for a ride out here. At this point,
Looking at his dad right here, if he what he wants to do, and he's going to cut him. I don't know. That's pretty gutsy. I don't know. With 45 seconds to go.
very interesting decision making there.
Davis has not been called for stalling, so
Almost seems like
there's a slide by here, but
maybe a little bit of there's a stall call with 27 to go. You know, it's going to have to make it blatantly obvious if he's going to get another stall call right now. This isn't a situation where a ref wants to send a match to overtime based on a...
10 seconds to go. Something big's there. There it is.
Wow!
He got the inside trip.
What a move. It's not over.
We got the
And we're going to OT, and he's diving at him.
Wow. You saw inside trip and an escape. And then
Talk
Davis,
about
I think Davis thought he was behind there. Do you think that's what happened?
I think he just saw Honnold standing there, and he's like, I'm just going to go for it.
4-4, we have overtime. Great match going on here in 1A.
Pretty exciting.
Ashton Honnold, the sophomore.
Tell you what,
a late takedown to send this to overtime.
These dudes are moving pretty well for 215 pounds. You don't see a lot of inside trips at that weight. What are we going for here? Here's some action. Here's some action. To his back, looking for the fall. Honnold, he's still holding him there. He's just gonna ride it out.
His dad's celebrating in the corner.
Get the fall. Why not, right? He got the fall.
Picked his dad up in the corner, and he tosses him. First time I've seen that tonight. I always enjoy seeing
He
that.
bombed his dad. Dad's gonna wake up with a sore back. Hey, that's pretty exciting though. That's gotta be pretty satisfying as a dad. You know, you're a head high school wrestling coach, and you get to be in the corner coaching.
You can see the emotions there running down the face of Brad Honnold. He was in tears, you know.
It's pretty awesome.
And you look in the other corner here. You got a coach almost in tears and a wrestler in tears. It's just, it's tough. It's tough to watch. It's fun to see all in one too. It's just
Ashton Honnold finishing out the season. You said you were high on him, and he proved right. One match to go.
We're gonna go to heavyweight here with Mason Knipp wrestling Logan Wright.
Finish out the night here briefly. Some great matches so far. I mean, honestly, 106 still takes it for me.
Yeah, I mean 106. It just
hats off to Coach Schwab too. I talked to him in the back, and very even keel about it. I said, I hate to tell you, Coach, but that was probably the best match of the night. I know you came on the receiving end of it, and he said the only thing that would have made that match better is he actually got that tilt to end the match and make it more exciting. But some great matches.
Well, Coach Schwab, he's dealt with heartbreak of his own in his career. He was a national champion as a sophomore, then never won it again. And so he knows that. He knows that feeling.
How about Gavin Landers, 46-0? That's
just a phenomenal freshman.
Solid season.
You kind of look ahead. You look ahead at Landers' career. And you talk about Schwab, and Schwab's got a little brother that's coming in next year. Him and Gavin Landers might be at the same weight next year. You start thinking about
Oh yeah.
It's just
gonna be some crossover.
Nothing's given to you ever.
And you know what? Cruz Harris with Immortal has done a great job. We haven't talked a lot about these clubs. He's done a great job, and you've seen it out of Seabolt. Obviously, it's happened at Big Game too. And when you have big, successful clubs like that, sometimes there's some crossover. I mean, it's a challenge, but it's a challenge that you want, right? You'd rather have that than the
we
opposite.
saw it at 32. You had Argis and Youngblood with two Immortal kids going at it there, senior and freshman.
How about a big one that I got to appreciate is Rowdy Neighbor, and Clayton Rush is his coach of the year. The total proof in why he's the coach of the year. Rowdy Neighbor loses 2-10 last year in the finals to his opponent, goes out in a convincing victory at 120 pounds. And then 126, Jesse Lewis.
He was a hammer. He was, I would say, maybe the most impressive wrestler of the night. One of the top 2 or 3 on our mat for sure, I would say.
Oh wow! And then you say that, and the very next wrestler is Dawson Youngblood, freshman phenom, potential to be a four-time state champion, having won it as a freshman. And then the Underwood boys, Blake Allen of Underwood.
Maddox Nelson at 65.
Yep. Corbin Rice joins family. His brothers as finalists, and oldest brother Wyatt as a state champion this year.
Just think about all those state medals in that family. You're looking at about 12 between the three brothers or something like that.
It will be after next year if he comes back and repeats. Be 12. Keaton Moeller, Starmont. That's, you know what I enjoy about this is nights like this where you have a lot of different schools. Obviously Don Bosco with the solid team, dominating performances, but a lot of different schools showing up in the finals here.
Right. I mean, Jake Munger with his first state champion. Congrats to Jake Munger there with Keaton Moeller. Tough kid. That was a great match.
Kyler Kanak and Kellen Smith, talk about a battle. Those two have wrestled many times, and Kanak with the win again. Maddox Nelson of Underwood, a convincing victory at 165. Caden Kanak breaks through. I saw his little brother, he was basically in tears. I mean, you can see the bond and the time and energy that goes into these championships, win or lose, when you see those reactions.
Mom and Dad, Tim and Jessica Kanak, I mean, that's got to be, how cool is that, having two sons, state champs same year.
Awesome. McCade Bloker looked the part, wrestled the part, finished.
Kid's a bear.
As
he's like
a state
strong
champ.
as a polar bear out there. I mean, he's just freaking, he's got some serious horsepower.
I tell you what though, there's no shortage in these later matches of excitement. I mean, Ashton Honold with an inside trip, and then Brady Davis gets a quick escape to send it to overtime.
Yeah, honestly, I thought maybe Honold would control most of that match. I was impressed with Brady Davis and how he brought it out there.
That brings us to our last match of the night. Mason Knipp, Columbus Catholic, will be taking on Logan Wright, West Branch, for the state championship at heavyweight.
Mason Knipp, if you remember a year ago, he was down a weight class. This was at 220 a year ago when the weights were different, but he had a big win over Thierry from Don Bosco.
He had a different coach too, right? He had Magania was in his corner.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
And then, well, his dad's in the corner right now, Dan Knipp, and also.
That's right. They were both coaching there.
But the head coach is also in the corner there for Denny Bolin with the gold shoes.
Denny Bolin with the gold shoes.
Mason Knipp.
How about West Branch? I don't know if we saw West Branch in the finals last year.
We have not, I don't think, seen these guys for a while. Coach Jake Slocum doing a great job down there. They had a good dual team this year. They were right there in the regional duels. Almost made it to the state duels, but they did not. Logan Wright, 40-3 on the season. Mason Knipp, 37-0, but you know what? Mason Knipp's had some tough matches. And he's going to be an Iowa football player next year, Mason Knipp. Double leg, kind of went right up into a double unders and
just underhook, drive him out. He's going to be a football player. Right there's your scouting report. He just walked him out of bounds.
Logan Wright's inspired by his coach, Jake Slocum. Been wrestling since kindergarten. All these guys, right how long they've been wrestling? Almost every one of them in kindergarten, first grade, 4 or 5 years old. You know, that's a lot of time to put into something.
Over and over we've seen this. I mean, it's certainly not a requirement to be great, but
he's going to get called for stalling if you don't. There you go. He circled back on, but every time Knipp gets those double unders, Wright's just backing out of there. He's got to be careful there.
I'm not gonna lie, it would be challenging to not have to back out like that with a big guy like that running through you.
Last time these guys met, Matt, what'd they say there?
Yeah, Mason Knipp apparently has a really good memory because they wrestled in 2nd grade at Pee Wee State. Doesn't say the result.
Yeah, Super Pee Wee tournament.
Results don't matter back then. Just that you stuck with it this long. That's impressive, to say the least. Knipp putting on a tough ride.
0-0. Mason Knipp. Oh, look at this. He tried rolling through.
There is a 2 count, no doubt. So it's 2-1 now.
We saw that earlier tonight with that roll. And
Yeah.
that was, boy, who was that?
Kids, don't roll around on bottom unless you know exactly what you're doing. That's
was
the moral of that
Bowden
story.
White did that earlier on and lost to Rice. 2-1. There he's got that double under again. He's
Knipp,
strong
man.
in there.
Well, there's no doubt he's going to be on the line somewhere in football.
Yeah, he was just an absolute animal in football this year for Columbus. I read about him every week. I mean, they said he was just unstoppable out there. And I can about imagine going up against him on the opposing offensive line? Holy buckets.
Big guy that knows how to move bodies. I mean, he's a wrestler. Yeah, you don't want to mess with that. There's another over-under position where Knipp's taking control.
Wright beat the 2 seed. Kind of a little upset there in the semifinals. He beat Cody Fox from East Buchanan in sudden victory. Knipp a 3-2 winner over the 4 seed Warner from Nottoway Valley.
Typically a little different scoring in the heavyweight categories. Little tighter tolerances. There's Knipp again with that underhook, that over-under, and he's kind of walking him around the mat. We're going to end this 2nd period. Knipp with the 2-1 lead by way of turn, and he's taking down. Logan Wright, a place winner, 8th place 2 years ago. Last year he was a qualifier. This year he's made his way into the finals. Both men are seniors.
Mason Knipp, 3-1 lead. Wright just selected to cut him there to start the 3rd period. Last 2 minutes of the evening here, folks. Your last state champions will be crowned here. Mason Knipp really hasn't been in a whole lot of danger throughout this match.
No, he has not.
Controlled the ties for the most part.
A couple of future football players, looks like. Looks like Logan Wright's going to be playing for Upper Iowa himself in football. Says he might wrestle.
Coach Grimm would love it if he wrestled up there at Upper Iowa.
Oh, I bet. Do both.
Coach Grimm doing a great job at Upper Iowa.
There's a shot attempt by Logan Wright. Yeah,
I like how he got out of there right away, though.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't think he liked the feeling of those hips on top of him.
I've seen that a lot this weekend with heavyweights shooting underneath guys and just giving up easy go behinds. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, they got to get angles.
This is where, you know, as a smaller heavyweight, you try to draw a sprawl and back out, go for a snap down go behind. But I don't think Knipp's in a position to do a whole lot here other than hand fight and smash him if he decides to commit to a shot. 30 seconds to go. Knipp, little clock looking here. He's fixing to hold center and not give up any points. There's another shot attempt by Logan Wright. Nice go behind. Big mat return.
Big section of Columbus people in the front couple rows.
It does it again.
Oh, I love that one. That was huge.
That one was just to let him know, hey, I got this. It's 5-2. The match will end with Mason Knipp, a 2-time state champion for Columbus Junction.
Last year
Columbus Catholic.
He tossed his dad in the corner. This year he went to his dad and his dad pushed him away. He's like, not this time. I think his dad just had surgery, so he's not going to get slammed by Boys put on a little too much muscle.
Oh, he's running his coach around.
Picked up Denny Bolin. Mason Knipp, your state champion at 285 pounds. That's going to do it.